What up? It's your boy Power XL Official, and we're back again with another episode. I think Trump has ended another war. Give it up for my man. He done did it again. Let's see what's really going on. Just can't just take all the hype for what it is. We gotta at least do an investigation here, guys.
What?
And the entire region begins a new chapter of hope and opportunity.
What?
War? I don't know really. Wait, what?
Destruction comes to an end.
What?
And the entire region begins a new chapter of hope and opportunity, harmony, prosperity. And
wait, he's ending another war?
It's been a long time waiting. I said, how long has the war been going? And a friend of mine who was very much involved.
Wait, so this one's live?
And at least 6 million people were killed during that period of time. It's incredible. And somebody said that was actually the biggest war on the planet since World War II. So it's a shame, but we're going to bring it to an end. I want to express my gratitude and congratulations to the representatives of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda, who signed this pivotal agreement a short time ago. They just signed right in front. And let me also thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has worked very hard on this subject, and we've worked on it together, for his outstanding leadership, as well as senior advisor
I'm
for
tired
African,
of winning. Seriously, this is crazy.
And Africa Affairs, Mossad Boulos, who's, as you know, spends a lot of his time in Africa, and he's very comfortable there.
Yeah.
I said, were you at all uncomfortable with all of the turmoil and all of the killing? And he said, no, I wasn't uncomfortable, and that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to be able to get. So, Mossad, I want to thank you very much for the job you've done. Amazing guy, actually.
Every day
I also
we get
want to
closer
thank
to Trump
African
2028.
Union, Qatar, Togo, for working closely with the United States. And I know Qatar was really working hard. And
those are our
African
boys
Union,
now.
we just spoke about that.
Yeah.
And, I look forward to having them representatives here when we do the official meeting, and that'll be sometime in July. And we look forward to it. And you better be here covering it, okay? You better we're not going to stand anybody else covering it but you. But this is a tremendous breakthrough. In a few short months, we've now achieved peace between India and Pakistan, Israel and Iran, and the DRC and Rwanda. And a couple of others also, Serbia,
Congo?
you know, was... they were getting ready to go to war.
JD's losing weight? No, you've just been looking at too many memes.
I won't even mention because it didn't happen. We were able to stop it. But I have a friend in Serbia, and they said we're going to go to war again.
Ukraine next?
I won't mention that it's Kosovo. But it's
that's
Kosovo.
The final boss.
But they were going to have a big-time war, and we stopped it. We stopped it because of trade. They want to trade with the United States. I said, we don't trade with people that go to war. And we said that also with, if you take a look at Pakistan and India, it was great. They have two great leaders.
Pakistan nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
They were in the midst of a big fight. I guess everybody.
The government of Pakistan did.
Very bad, and they are nuclear nations, very powerful nuclear nations. In the months and years ahead, my administration will continue to work closely with all of the parties in this deal and ensure the agreements are fully taken care of, and you're going to do what's in the agreement. We'll say you better do what's in that agreement, right? Because if somebody fails to do that, bad things happen. But I have a feeling that after 30 years, I think after 30 years you're all set. I think both of you have said that's enough, right? That's enough. You've seen it all. So this is a wonderful day. It's a great day. We've had some tremendous success. It's been a great week between just coming back from a very successful trip.
30 fucking years.
NATO's really pulled together. They have. They're going to spend over $1 trillion a year. Nobody expected a thing like that to happen. And we had the war, as you know. We call it the 12-day war. It was exactly a 12-day war, and we ended up with no nuclear weapons. That's what we wanted. They were just absolutely blown to pieces.
He's got her on board.
Those 3 sites. And there's no nuclear weapons, and hopefully there can be a lot of healing, and the healing is starting. And
how do you feel about the president ending the war?
Really pretty amazing.
I think ending the war is good.
This is one that I really look forward to. This was set up a few weeks ago, and it was
this better be
something
good.
that I really look forward to. If we can do this, and we do that because we have a certain competence, that's good.
Yeah, definitely a good thing.
We're able to get people to be peaceful I think we can do war better than anybody, but we don't want to. And we have the greatest
Oh, we
military
can do
in the
war,
world.
don't
They showed
worry.
that in Iran, those pilots, they flew for 36 hours. And
Yeah.
think of that, and they hit their target.
Only halfway through
the
season
size
one.
of this desk,
True.
half the size of this desk, from about 52,000 feet in the dark of night with no moon, zero moon. They wanted it that way. Can you believe it? And they hit, every missile hit exactly half the size of this beautiful Resolute desk. We don't want to talk about it when it comes to rockets hitting it, but half the size of this, and they hit dead center from tremendous heights, going at tremendous speeds. It's amazing. Nobody could do a thing like that. There's nobody has that weaponry, and nobody could do a thing like that.
Yeah.
So we had a
I don't know what
very
this has
busy
to do with
and
this, but
successful
yeah.
week. And in addition to that, our economy's doing great, setting records with
Is
the
that
economy.
insane?
A lot of other
Yeah.
good things happening. But this is about Congo and Rwanda. And I'd like to ask, if I might, would you say a few words before we introduce our guests, please?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
So, under your leadership, Mr. President, and the full support of Secretary Rubio and the entire team at the State Department, we engaged with the two parties in early April, and within 3 weeks, they signed the Declaration of Principles. And now, within about 2 months from that, we have signed today the final. This is actually the final peace agreement. You know, many people were wondering if this is preliminary. No, this is the actual final peace agreement that they've signed today. You've also expressed interest in inviting the heads of states to the White House for a signing ceremony. So there will be some other additional agreements
Job's done,
that will be signed.
So it's actually just
in
done.
addition to this, which will become known as the Washington Accord with regards to the Great Lakes region.
That's great.
There are some
Why
economic...
not the Trump Accord? I'm only kidding. That'll be headlines. No, I think that's a great one. Washington.
God.
And there's an economic aspect as well.
Bro,
that is extremely
are you
important for
tired of
both
winning yet?
countries.
What's
They have
happening?
Also worked last week. We finalized
There's a war in Africa, and Trump
regional
was instrumental in
economic
making it stop.
Integration framework, which both countries will be signing at the White House here during that ceremony. And
That's going to be a great ceremony.
absolutely.
Which
We're
is
gonna make
great,
that
right?
a great ceremony, and bring other people that were involved, some other people, besides the gentleman we talked about who we know has worked so hard. If you think there are other people that are deserving, let us know. Okay?
And there will be some bilateral agreements. We're negotiating a minerals deal with the DRC for critical minerals. Many American companies have shown interest in investing in the DRC, and these we're talking about long-term investments. Same thing with Rwanda. Many American companies have shown interest, and not only in mining, but also in the midstream and downstream, which will be the
See, this is what really matters.
We're also working
Is we
and
sort
supporting
their
the
problems
Bluetooth
out,
corridor,
and then we get all the special
building the
rocks.
infrastructure. Just 2 days
Yep.
ago, the United States signed
That's the big
and
one.
supported a
You get
project
all the
of
shiny
$1.5
rocks.
billion for electric transmission
Right.
from
Loop farming,
Angola
that's
to
right.
the DRC. And there are many other projects of that nature lined up. So we will be, under your leadership, Mr. President, we'll be working with the two countries very closely.
If Trump keeps this
and
up, you'll
with
want
the
him for another
support of
term.
Qatar
What's your take on
to
breaking that
make
part of the
sure
wall?
that this agreement is implemented.
I think one of these guys
A
could
lot
do
of our
it.
companies are in both of these countries now, especially since we've been getting along so well. It's probably the way we were brought together, and we have a lot of our big companies are there, between rare earth and all of the other things that they do in Africa, which is very greatly expanding,
Yeah.
especially in these two countries. You have earth; they consider it to be about the best in the world. Actually, I've heard. So we're doing a lot of different things, and it's all going to bring everybody together.
those
That's how this
shiny
all
rocks.
began, I guess.
Yep.
The big thing is, the big thing for me is there's really only one thing, and that's getting a peace treaty with two countries that have been fighting for 30 years.
30
And,
years?
I want to thank you all. Will, if you
What?
could, you could bring the letters over.
Of course, sir. So in front of you, as you said, sir, these are the actual agreements that were signed respectively by the foreign ministers of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda earlier today, witnessed by Secretary Rubio. We've also prepared for you two letters. This is to President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, expressing your appreciation and congratulations for everything that's happened already, and of course inviting him to
1996?
Washington for, as Dr. Bula said, what we hope will be
Holy
the Washington
fuck.
Accords, finally setting the terms for peace and prosperity in this region, hopefully for a very long time.
And that's it.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Very important.
There it is.
We're going to put
It's
a picture
older
in
than
there,
me,
right?
yeah.
As soon as this is over, they're going to have a fast-moving photographer, Dan, who's going to put
Oh
a
my
nice picture
God.
of us.
That was getting really bad. Yeah. What the
And this
fuck?
is a letter to President
this was
Chikisade
recent.
of the Democratic Republic of Congo, again congratulating him on settling this long-running war and inviting him to Washington, D.C. for the final conclusion of the agreement, hopefully soon.
More content. Great. Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
You take that pen, and you take that pen.
Thank you very much.
So I'd like to ask JD to say a few words, our great Vice President, and then Marco, and go ahead.
Great. Well, first, let me welcome the foreign ministers of Rwanda and Congo. It's great to have you in the Oval Office. And second, let me say congratulations to the President, Secretary Rubio, the entire team. I think for the people of these two countries, they should know that the United States is committed to the pathway of peace. But to my fellow Americans, this is really a celebratory moment. This is a big moment for our country.
Yeah, it's
because
huge.
Right.
under the
Peace
President's
by
leadership,
strength.
we've taken what was
the
30
fuck?
years of killing
30.
war, the worst war in terms of death count since World War II, and now we're on a pathway
That's
to
a
peace.
lot.
And so if I think about what I know about these two countries, for 30 years, pretty much the entire time that I can remember these two countries being in the news, much of the story has been about them fighting one another, about them killing one another. And now we can look forward to a future where my children will look at this moment as the beginning of a new story, a story of prosperity and of peace. So
Oh my
thanks to the
God.
President, congratulations to the entire team, and to my fellow Americans.
8
we should all be
million
really
deaths?
proud, because it's amazing what active presidential leadership can accomplish
dude.
when it's geared towards peace
That's
and
a
prosperity.
lot.
And that's what we have in the Oval Office right now. So
Wow.
great job, sir.
Thank you very much, JD and Marco,
And
and
it's
then we're
done.
going to ask the two principals to speak.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, first of all, thank you. When I first came on this job a few
Holy
months ago, you
fucking
made very
shit.
clear that one of the priority of this administration under your leadership is going to be the pursuit of peace.
People are blind to the world's
and from
problems.
day one, whether it's been in Ukraine and Russia, whether
True.
it's been Pakistan, India, whether it's been Iran and Israel, and in the continent of Africa, your priority's been on peace. And today we see this come to fruition. It's sad. Wars get a lot more attention than peace. But peace is harder than war, a lot harder. And I want to congratulate both of the leaders here and their respective presidents for choosing the harder path, which is often peace, than the easier path, which sometimes is war, as costly and as bloody as it may be. And I echo the Vice President's statements, and that is that Americans should be very proud that the #1 voice for peace in the world today is our President, your President.
That's
So
good.
thank you, President Trump. And I want to, again, recognize Dr. Boulos and the work he's put into this from day one. He's really put a lot of time and effort.
This is actually how we
And,
solve
as
immigration
our-
issues
as our
in the
friends
world, by
from
the way.
respective countries can share with us.
You bring up
And
a great
last point,
point.
I do want to thank,
Yeah.
you've done this already, but the African Union.
People
Togo,
aren't gonna
and
emigrate if their
Qatar,
country's
who have been
not
extraordinary
on
partners
fire.
And whose help we're going to need.
Or
to
less
continue
likely to.
receive in order to bring all this to fruition. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Great job you've done. Do you want to start? Either way. Would you like to start?
first,
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Again,
very much.
Man.
thank you so much, Mr. President, for having us here. I think I can summarize my contribution in 3 main points. First of all, thank you and congratulations indeed for this remarkable milestone, which is putting an end to 30 years of conflict and of suffering,
Jesus.
and which is redefining the perspectives that millions of Congolese and of citizens of the greater Great Lakes region will have.
That's
The
insane,
second
man.
point is stay committed, stay on board. We need the United States to make sure that this agreement holds and that you hold us accountable. And the third
Damn.
point is, if you stay on board, I think there are so many perspectives that we can transform our partnerships through, and that can usher in an era of prosperity, of growth, and of shared bilateral relationships that go well beyond the challenges that we've shared together, and that can at least, or finally, focus on the potential and of the wealth that we can share. So
I
again,
didn't even
our
know this was so
heartfelt
bad.
Gratitude to you on my behalf, but more importantly, on behalf of the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Beautifully spoken, and I look forward to seeing your leader. They will, highly respected person, as you know, highly respected all over the world, but Africa in particular.
That's
So,
insane.
sometime in July, we'll do something, big ceremony.
We look forward to it.
Thank you
Why
very
is it
much.
our issue to solve, though?
Thank you
Because
very
we
much,
can
Mr.
benefit from
President. This is indeed a historical day because it's the signing of a peace agreement between Congo and Rwanda to end a conflict that has been going on for 30 years. And there has been many mediation, facilitation in the past.
So they couldn't figure
But
it out before?
none of them succeeded. And we believe that it's because of your leadership
Oh, boy.
and your steadfast commitment to this process, with also a new approach of economic integration, regional economic integration, which is important to allow Rwanda and DRC working
glaze,
together,
true.
because this is a very rich region with cross-border trade, with minerals, with natural wealth. So with the U.S. Standing side by side with Rwanda and DRC, we believe that we will achieve a long-time peace. And we also believe that, as my colleague from DRC stated, it's important for the United States to stay committed, because today we signed,
Damn.
but now we need to implement what we have signed in order to open this new era you were talking about
So they want him to just, wow.
of prosperity, so that we can reap the economic dividend of peace. So for this economic integration framework to be implemented, it's important for the U.S. to accompany the parties to implement what we have signed, because in the past we
So
have
they
signed
want him to
so
run it?
many agreements that were not implemented. And we are really, we believe that with your leadership,
It's crazy,
with
actually,
the
how much
involvement of the
Africa has been
United States,
exploited.
Administration, we will reach that goal. So thank you very much, Mr. President.
It really
Well,
is.
this will happen, definitely.
Like, I know, like,
I
probably
can reach
5%
over.
of
You
it
wanna
is too
just
much.
Press them over to me. Let me have them. And I just wanted to give you each. So you signed
They've been robbed,
agreements.
yeah.
And we'll make sure that you follow through. We'll make sure you follow through. We'll make sure that you follow through. Okay, that's for you. And we have one other thing that we're going to give, that we give to special people only.
Special.
It's a coin.
Oh,
Thank you,
my.
and I hope you do that. I'm going to give you a second one for your leader.
Oh, thank you very much.
These are serious
Oh, my God.
coins. You don't want to lose them. You'll be very. I think that your reporter from Africa should get one. What do you think? Is she allowed? I think yes. Are the reporters okay with it? Huh? Brian, yes? Darling, that's for you. Okay. You did a
Oh,
fantastic
my
job.
God.
And I heard you do a great job in covering everything. Thank you.
And Mr. President, we actually have the pictures that you took earlier.
Oh,
with
let
the
me
Oh,
see
my
ministers here
fucking
already.
God.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Let me see that.
They're in this folder right here, sir.
Wow.
Okay, this one?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
The content.
they look better than me. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's beautiful.
Man.
That's very good. We have a good photographer.
The Gold Coaster president? Yeah.
That's great. You better, I'll tell you, you better do the job here. We're going to come down. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. So we'll put them in. That's for
Man,
you.
the content president. Yeah.
That's for you.
Are you signing pictures now? I have no idea.
What is it? Yes. Okay.
I can't believe he gave the reporter a
I
coin.
think so. You wouldn't give us one. That's,
Oh
you
my
made a big
God.
mistake. Isn't that nice? That's for you. That's for you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Based,
Thank you very
yeah.
much. And you're all set, and this is for you. You're going to get this. Good. Might as well hold it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
There are a few unanswered questions that remain in this deal. For example, will
This
Rwandan
deal?
on this deal, on this conflict?
Yeah.
For example, will Rwandan troops pull back from parts of the DR Congo, and also will the M23 rebel group be allowed to remain in parts of eastern DR Congo? Do you have any answer to those
Well, let
questions?
me ask you that question. You want to answer that one? It sounds like an interesting question for you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. In the agreement we signed, we have taken the concept of operation for the neutralization of the FDLR, which is a vicious genocidal movement, and the lifting of Rwandan defensive measures. So this was already signed last year in November, so we will implement it. This concept of operation to do both things, to neutralize this movement, which has been destabilizing Rwanda for many years, and to lift our defensive measures. As for the M23, in agreement also, we have
Is this like they're like local
decided to rely on the Doha talks, because there are currently talks between the AFC M23 and the DRC government to have a peace deal also that will complement the Washington
African Hamas, basically.
So both things are taken care of.
Thank you. Mr. President, will the United States be enforcing this agreement or taking a role in it?
Working with them to get
We'll see what happens.
They can enforce their own agreement, but we'll be putting a lot of pressure on to make sure it gets enforced. The two people in this room are very, very capable people, and they'll get it done.
That means
yes. They'll get it done. They love their. One thing I learned very quickly is how much you love your country and you want to get it done, and they know it has to get done, otherwise bad things happen. But I think we're well beyond that. Other presidents should have done what I'm doing right now. They never did it. I don't think they ever tried. I don't think it's like they couldn't do it. I don't think they ever tried. And if they did, they wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
Vladimir Putin reached out to you to help you with the Iran crisis.
Well, he made some nice statements today. Did you see the statement?
I saw the statement.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin made some very nice statements today.
Things are getting better.
He respects our country again. He didn't respect it a year ago, I can tell you right now.
I wonder why.
But Putin respects our country.
Why do you guys think that is?
And President Xi of China respects our country. And Kim Jong-un they respect our country again. We were not a country that was respected just a year ago. We had a president that was incompetent. We had bad people circulating around this desk, this beautiful, resolute desk.
Stupid Biden.
They had, I guess, evil intentions. You couldn't be that stupid. I mean, they had evil intentions. But the world respects our country again. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President. I'll write the story. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
Trump manages to get peace in Gaza. Do you think they have no choice but to give him the Nobel Peace Prize?
Right through here. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. And how can he talk so much? That's his job. It's his fucking job. Like, what else is he gonna do? So this was like a bonus event inside of the other event that happened earlier today too. Holy fuck, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll get back to it in a minute, but let me go back and see. This is what Putin said about.
But overall, thanks to President Donald Trump, relations between Russia and the United States are starting finally to get better.
Oh my God.
In some respects, of course, we still have issues diplomatically, but the first steps are there. We're moving forward. We have contacts between our major agencies, between the State Department and our Foreign Ministry, between our special services, which is really important, you know, because it's really critical to be able to fight terrorism, whatever the situation is, whatever the environment is. And in other agencies too, we have very good prospects in terms of economic development, economic partnership. I know that American businesses are really willing to, they are sending signals that they would like to go back to our market.
Yeah, clearly.
And we will welcome
There's a lot of
that.
people in Russia.
But that requires dialogue. But overall, like I said, that meeting is quite possible, and we're certainly.
Wow.
But
so it looks like Trump. It looks like we might sort things out with Russia even. Oh my fucking God, man.
Is what it is. See what else we got here. If there's anything a little more exciting than that. Ooh. All right. Alligator. Ooh, your worst nightmare. Come through for NBC. MSNBC, that is.
MSNBC melting down.
Not able to issue nationwide injunctions.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Stand by.
shit,
And I
what?
know you want to dig into the case, so we'll let you do that, Julia. I'm
What's
going to bring in
going
Lisa
on?
Rubin. You just pulled it up. What are we learning?
We're learning today that the court, by a 6-3 majority, Anna, has decided to stay the injunctions partially. They're saying that they will grant the government's application for stays, but only to the extent that the injunctions are broader than necessary to to provide complete relief to each plaintiff was standing to sue. And let me go back a second, zoom out for a second if I can. One of the questions here was, if the court was going to stay these injunctions, how were they going to do it? Were they going to say that each injunction could only apply in the district where it was entered?
Yeah, that's what they said. I'm pretty sure that's what they said, yeah.
In two cases here, those districts were actually statewide, the District of New Jersey, the District of Massachusetts. But the other question was, could you limit it to just the plaintiffs in these particular cases? Remember that 2 of these 3 cases are brought by states. So how this changes that result, what does it mean then when the individual plaintiffs who have standing to sue are states? Does that mean that we're going to get sort of a patchwork result, as one of the attorneys general, Matt Platkin of New Jersey, described to me in an interview earlier this year? Does that mean that citizenship could be conferred solely by an accident of birth? And he described to me a situation where a citizen or a resident of his state gives birth over a state line in Pennsylvania, for example. What happens if a New Jersey resident gives birth in Pennsylvania? New Jersey
This is what happens, bro. This is what Karens do. They make everything complicated. They confuse fucking everything. They add unnecessary layers of bureaucracy. This is unbelievable.
Every time.
How does this happen?
Always.
Jersey is a plaintiff to these cases. Pennsylvania is not. If the child to 2 undocumented immigrants is born in Pennsylvania, what is the result with respect to that person's citizenship?
They're not a citizen.
These are a bunch of questions that are now going to result. But at the very least, we are going to see a circumstance where the president's executive order curtailing birthright citizenship is going to effectively be allowed to be implemented in certain states.
That's right.
But not in others.
Okay, so the Leah Littman, what does this mean for Trump's executive order
good to go
on birthright
with
citizenship?
feet.
Is it?
Let's get the Council
Illegals
of Karens
in
to
here.
come together and complain about this.
Yeah,
now
the
in
Council
effect
of
in certain
Karens.
places, just not in the
Literally.
places that initially were where these cases were brought.
Go on.
So unfortunately, that is going to be worked out by the lower courts on remand, because what the Republican justices decided is, as to the individual plaintiffs who filed suit, courts cannot award them nationwide injunctions. That is the only thing courts can give these individual plaintiffs is a determination that their children would be United States citizens. But as to the states that challenge this executive order, the Supreme Court says, we are not deciding whether a nationwide injunction is necessary to provide the states with complete relief, and therefore they send the case back down to the lower courts to make that determination initially.
Why do they have to complicate
now, that doesn't
everything?
mean the executive order.
This is the reason why everything in the government takes a long time.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why companies end up being bloated and they can't do anything. It's because you get a council of Karens together and they
make a
peck
bunch of
apart
bullshit.
any sort of efficiency, and they turn it into this like abstraction that has 50 parts together that have to fit together so they can justify, in a lot of cases, having useless jobs. That's why they hate Doge. Yep, that's right.
Order is going to go into effect immediately. The executive order indicates that it contains a 30-day period in which the administration will create some sort of guidelines and process to figure out how it will be implemented. And during the oral argument, the Solicitor General said their position is that 30-day period had not started because the lower courts had enjoined the executive order before it went into effect. And so therefore, there will be at least a 30-day period before the executive executive order is allowed to go into effect. And again, during that period, it's likely that lower courts will be determining whether the states, in order to remedy the harms that this order causes them, can receive nationwide relief. I just want to note the Democratic appointees' strong dissents in this case. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson calls the court's decision an existential threat to the rule of law. Justice Sotomayor.
Oh no! Oh my God! Oh what? Everything's existential. What a ridiculous thing to even say. Jesus.
Sotomayor's dissent says no right is safe in the new legal regime the court creates. She calls the court complicit in a grave attack on our system of law. The reality is the Supreme Court's Republican justices took away lower courts' single powerful tool, the most powerful.
Yeah, because they shouldn't have it. That's the reason why. It's fucking retarded. Why the fuck should a lower court be able to undo a presidential order for the entire country if it's only legislating in one area? It doesn't even make sense.
Tool
it's weird. Yeah,
for
it's
reigning in the Trump administration, and
that's why they're mad. That they don't care about this. That's it. They're not mad about this because it's it's hurting the courts. It's about to, no. They're mad because this limits the ability that they can have to push their agenda. There's no principle behind this at all. All you have to do is think about this for 5 seconds. You're going to realize how stupid it sounds. Yes, that's when we need more authoritarians. You understand that these people are the authoritarians, right? Like this entire premise that one side wants freedom and the other side wants authoritarianism, this is a delusion. Both sides want to control the outcome. The people that don't have control over the outcome fight against it by saying they want freedom, and the people that have control over the outcome fight against it by saying they want to guarantee safety. This is a tale as old as time. Don't get hoodwinked, confused, and misled by vocabulary.
Them accountable to the law.
Chuck, let me get your reaction. This sounds like a giant win for the Trump administration and could likely trigger chaos now across the country.
Well, let me address the second point first, Anna. And since you have Leah and Lisa on, I'm not sure why you would ask me anything. They're both way smarter than me, but it strikes me.
You're all brilliant.
No, well, I'll prove otherwise in a moment, Anna. But it strikes me that now individual plaintiffs in almost 100 separate federal judicial districts can seek individual relief.
Yeah.
If a federal district court judge in Seattle can't enjoin nationwide President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship, but could only do so in the Western District of Washington where he sits, then...
Seems pretty fair.
Similarly situated plaintiffs, women who would give birth to a child who would otherwise be a U.S. citizen, could bring suit in Maine and in Vermont and in the Northern District of Florida and everywhere in the country. And right now you have, in my view, binding Supreme Court precedent from an 1898 case that says these women would win. This is a procedural decision from the Supreme Court.
Great.
It's not a substantive decision on the underlying executive order. It does strip from federal judges, Anna, a lot of power that was exercised increasingly over the last 2, 3, 4 decades against presidents of both parties.
Mainly Trump, let's be honest.
And it was clear to me from the argument that a number of the more conservative justices were going to go exactly this way, that they were opposed to this notion of a single federal judge having nationwide injunctive powers.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, that's the reason why it's stupid. Obviously.
They didn't like the notion of judge shopping, that an aggrieved plaintiff would bring a case in a district that best suited him or her. But will there be more chaos? There'll be more cases, Anna, and whether or not you think of that as chaos, I'll leave that to you. but I think more individual plaintiffs will bring more individual cases seeking similar relief.
Yeah,
well, the reason I ask Chuck about the chaos is I'm trying to envision a situation in which...
You see how they try to scare people? They try to scare people. Oh, my God, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be so scary.
You have to have a case. You have to bring your own case in order to get the relief, right? So if you are a person who is in this country right now in a state that wants to enforce Trump's executive order banning birthright citizenship, and you're an immigrant and you have a child.
No, they're not an immigrant. They're an illegal alien.
Yeah, get it right.
That's a big difference. There's plenty of immigrants that aren't having this affect them. This crazy, crazy misrepresentation does so much damage to legal immigrants.
Yeah.
It does a massive amount of damage. And I think that we're already seeing the effects of that damage whenever you go on social media and you have huge conservative content creators and thought leaders that are pushing now for no immigration, period. Johnny, thanks for the 10 subs. It's left-wing semantics? Yeah, that's another word for lying.
What does that mean for this child in that state compared to what it means for a
Yeah.
child who's born in another state?
Misrepresenting the
into the trap of
information.
blaming everything on immigrants? No, I'm not blaming. Why would I blame everything on immigrants? Of course not.
Arguably, children in certain states
obviously don't watch the show.
Have protections that children in other states in 30 days may not.
They're trying to
and I
misrepresent
take your
things.
point,
Yeah.
Anna. It's
Yeah.
going to require
Oh, it
other
is.
plaintiffs to come forward and to seek conjunctive relief. It doesn't mean everybody in the Northern District of Florida or in the Western District of Texas or in the Eastern District of New York has to file a lawsuit. But it does mean that lawsuits have to be filed in all of these jurisdictions because you no longer, at least according to the Supreme Court, for individual plaintiffs, have nationwide injunctive relief available to similarly situated plaintiffs, similarly situated mothers and their children. And so, yes, it invites a lot more litigation in a lot more places, and I think perhaps fairly characterized as more chaos.
I mean, even Justice Kavanaugh asked during the oral arguments, what do hospitals...
As if it's not chaotic to have people coming over having kids and then getting stuck in the country because you don't want to deport the kid because the kid's a citizen and the parent isn't. Of course, that's not chaotic and problematic at all.
No.
do with a newborn? What do states do with a newborn?
Outrageous.
Justice Gorsuch pointed at the...
What's your state just supposed to keep the newborn?
Create. Leah...
Right. What are you supposed to do with a brand new newborn and no parents to go with it? Now you're separating families. Like, do they even think the? They don't even think anything through. They just say shit.
Resolution
So
that
ridiculous.
is within this opinion that you're reading through?
I think this opinion is going to create additional legal questions for lower court.
Yeah, I'm so glad this is finally happening, man. Yeah, send them home. That's too bad. Weaponizing the kids is not chaos. Yeah. And it's insane. That's clearly what they're trying to do. We got special flights just for deporting babies with Disney characters on them. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. You know, like Florida, you know, like they're working with Disney World and stuff like that. So you could kind of get all these things put together.
That
yeah,
works
that's
out.
how, yeah, that would make a lot of sense
good.
to watch this last part.
Reaction, Melissa, to this ruling?
I think this is a really huge win for the Trump administration. I'm glad that we're talking about it in those terms because I think one of the great fears with this case was that if the court did not say anything about the substance and scope of the 14th Amendment, media would say that the court had saved birthright citizenship. The court has not saved birthright citizenship. It simply kicked that can down the line and made the legal conditions under which a future suit over birthright citizenship can actually be resolved. Leah is exactly right. This is a huge win.
I can't see the logic that birthright, that like that amendment was written with the intent of having it apply to illegal aliens that have kids here. Like if you had a time machine and you asked the guys that, you know, thought up the 14th Amendment, like, was this what your goal was? I feel like the answer is 100% no, right? Like, yeah, like what is this?
For the Trump administration, because the court has essentially kneecapped lower courts from stopping this administration when it engages in lawless and unconstitutional behavior. And Lisa makes a really important point. This is all happening in an environment where the Trump administration is not only going after undocumented persons and deporting
total Karen obliteration. I used to pray for times like this.
People without the benefit of due process. They're doing so while they are also upending the legal landscape, but making it harder for pro bono outfits to secure the help they need from law firms to bring these suits. And now with this decision, they're essentially saying that litigants will have to file in each particular jurisdiction around the United States in order to be clear that their resolution will have legally binding effect. And that means you're just going to need a flood, an army of lawyers at a time when that army of lawyers.
The Fourth Amendment seems pretty straightforward to me. Well, like, okay, so think about it like this: the right to bear arms. That's what the Second Amendment says. There's very clearly, and they even had, I think it was in like 1790 or something like that, was the first ruling, because they were looking at the intent of what that amendment was. And it was like, can somebody own a ship cannon? And the answer to that was no. So I think that really, just to say that like it looks that plain and clean cut to me, I think that's a very, very surface level analysis. Very, very certain, because you have to look at what the intent of it is. That's wrong. Well, I'm not sure. The answer was yes. Oh, it was yes with that one, but it's been no with other ones, right? Like you can't own like a tank, right? You can't own, you can't own a B-2 bomber, like as a private citizen. So like, there's a lot of things that you're not able to have. What want a ship cannon? Yeah. And so you can own a tank. Well, you can't use it in the same way is what I'm trying to get. Like, obviously, you can own them, but you can't use them in that same way. Like, you can have something like that for a historical reason, but that's different than driving it around.
It's not going to be forthcoming. So make no mistake about this.
It's the same with like certain types of guns. Like, I think it's a 50 caliber machine gun. You're not even able to have that unless I think the sheriff lets you have it.
The court has given this administration an enormous
If you own a tank,
win.
It must be disarmed.
They have put one hand behind the backs of those who are trying to fight against this administration. And
100% wrong. I think it's for state. Well, let me see here. Why would you need it? It's a federal thing for automatic weapons. Can you own a fully automatic weapon in the U.S. Because of the Second Amendment? Only a fully automatic weapon is heavily restricted and not directly guaranteed. Okay, so this is the first example I can come up with, right? And so, like, the tank and the cannon, like, all of these are just random examples. So if one of them is inaccurate, that's fine. That's not really the point that I'm making. The point isn't the thing itself, it's the idea behind it. Very clearly, when a law is made, even an amendment is made, the intent of that amendment is taken into consideration and applied in terms of how it's enforced. That's my point that I'm making. It doesn't matter whether it's a tank, an automatic machine gun, a ship cannon, or anything like that.
they have dealt a death blow to the rule of law.
Yeah.
Let me read from the opinion written by Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Quote, the
mm-hmm. And that's it. And open carry versus concealed carry? Yeah, exactly. And machine guns cost about a car. It's not quite illegal, but it's basically illegal for the most part. Yeah, no, I know that there are ways that you can do it, but those ways are usually allowed by the government, basically, right? And so that's really the point that I was making.
Tell me it ain't so. Let's see this, then we'll get.
The mission was carried out with stealth and with precision. There were no American casualties.
My God.
And while Congress is divided after receiving briefings on the extent of the damage, I'm sure that we've derailed Iran's nuclear program, at least temporarily. And there's some valuable deterrent effect for America's adversaries who witnessed last week's exercise.
Yep.
I was going to say, that's a lot of talking.
President Trump left the White House en route to Europe. At the time, there was a question as to whether Israel and Iran would honor a ceasefire. That caused the president to offer the most unfiltered, non-controversial, direct words that I can recall anybody ever saying about the Middle East.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
And then he just walked
off. Cut to The Hague, where he arrived for NATO meetings and was able to wrangle an agreement from our allies to more than double their defense spending target from 2% of gross domestic product to 5% by 2035.
The video is 6 minutes, and we are 1 minute into the video.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy fucking week.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, while at NATO, in a press availability, he did something rare for Trump and I found rewarding. He showed empathy. It came in an exchange with a Ukrainian journalist who said that her husband was a soldier. She asked whether the U.S. would supply her country with Patriot missiles.
Are you living yourself now in Ukraine?
My husband is there.
Wow.
And
I can see you very, it's amazing.
And me with the kids, I'm in Warsaw actually, because he wanted me to be.
Is your husband a soldier? No?
He is.
He's there now. They do want to have the anti-missile missiles, okay, as they call them, the Patriots.
The anti-missile missiles.
And we're going to see if we can make some available. I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, I can see it's very upsetting to you. So say hello to your husband, okay?
Also in that presser, he was more reflective and respectful
Damn.
than usual of our allies.
They want to protect their country. And they need the United States. And without the United States, it's not going to be the same. And I left here differently. I left here saying that these people really love their countries. It's not a ripoff. And we're here to help them protect their country.
Back at home, Trump claimed that he's reached a trade deal with China and soon expects the same with India.
Jesus.
Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told
trade deal with
Bloomberg
China.
the deal was signed earlier this week. China's Commerce Ministry said Friday the two sides had further confirmed the details of the framework. Of course, Trump's initial imposition of tariffs wreaked havoc on American markets back in the spring. But now the markets have rebounded and grown. The S&P 500, NASDAQ hit record highs just yesterday.
This is all in 1 week. I actually think, like, at this point, especially now, the fact that so many of these have been working and going so well, this is just going to encourage them more and more and more.
And it's not just the stock market.
Yeah,
inflation,
we got 3 more
economic
years.
fear of
Sorry,
recent
7
times
more years of this.
Seems to be tamed. The rate is now reported at 2.4%, down from a high of 7% just 4 years ago. Meanwhile, blue-collar workers have seen real wage growth of 1.7% in Trump's first 5 months. This is the largest such increase in nearly 3 generations. Notwithstanding its impact on our national debt, there's also hope among some that Trump's big, beautiful bill will give further financial relief to blue-collar workers, as well as create incentives to build more factories in the U.S. Some already see this happening. For instance, General Electric has just announced that it'll invest almost $500 million in moving production of washing machines from China to Kentucky.
Damn.
And then there's the border. Crossings have slowed to a trickle, according to CBP's May update. Southwest border and
It's crazy how you can just do things, right? This is the same as that guy in El Salvador. Well, what are you going to do about all the crime? We've got all these people here committing crime. Well, we're going to build a really big jail, and then we're going to put all the people that are doing the crime in jail, and then there's not going to be any more problems. Wow. Narrative is changing, isn't it? CNN glazing Trump wasn't on my bingo card. It was not on for me. They relayed Iranian intelligence propaganda by mistake a few days ago, and now all of a sudden they're pro-Trump. Someone got replaced. I think that really, I mean, you have to understand that CNN and all of these different news agencies, are for-profit corporations. Their goal is not to deliver the news in an accurate way. Their goal is to maximize shareholder value. And because of
viewer potential.
When you see them making a decision for or against anything, you should not assume that this decision is informed at all by an ideology. Well, it is informed by an ideology. That ideology is money.
Have fallen to about 282 a day, a drop of 93% from last year, and the lowest since the early 1960s. Perhaps the loudest cheering for those border numbers is coming from America's Latino community, which might initially sound counterintuitive.
Yeah, it's so counterintuitive because everybody knows all Latinos are illegal aliens, right? I mean, duh.
It's because the
I mean, it would be racist to deport them, right? I mean,
because they're the ones getting taken advantage of by the illegals coming in.
On Thursday, Pew
it's
Research
obvious.
Released an enormous...
The people are getting harassed by their own people when they're letting the bad ones over. And they're taking advantage of
data analysis of the 2024 election, which contains several surprises. High on that list, President Trump won a bigger percentage of the Latino vote than previously believed. Hillary Clinton had a 38% lead over Trump among Hispanics in 2016. Yep. Joe Biden beat Trump in this demo by 25 percentage points. Kamala Harris's margin among these same voters over Trump, just 3 points.
That's right. It's happening. Things are shifting in an insanely fast pace. Latinos don't want to be equated with criminals. Yeah. Has it ever occurred to them that maybe one of the reasons why you have Hispanic and Latino voters moving away from this party is because the party refuses to differentiate them from illegal aliens? And they just assume that they have some sort of shared racial solidarity with an illegal alien. They're like, it's also like, oh, well, you know, everybody in South.
Well, here's the thing, Latinos, I don't care what you say, they're big family oriented. So if there's anything messing with the family or against family, they don't like that. 100%.
No, they're not. A Brazilian isn't the same as a person from El Salvador, which is different than a person from Argentina, which is different than a person from fucking Peru, right? I mean, these are all different places. It's not like, oh, well, they're all the same because they have the same skin color. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's almost like Democrats are racist. I agree. I do. Except for the white Karens. Why do we care about them? I'm doing my best. Okay? I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get rid of that. It's gonna be a really long, hard fight, but we're gonna do our best. Takes time.
Yep.
You see 3 Karens
Takes a lot of
time. Getting sued. That's only the beginning. One step at a time, gentlemen. Just one step at a time.
Even more
Karen's getting sued.
Research concludes that if everyone had voted in 2024,
when did this happen?
Contrary to the widely held belief that higher turnout helps Democrats, Trump would still have won.
Wow.
The data show 44% of non-voters said that they would have gone for Trump compared to 40% of non-voters.
This is me. If I had to pick, I would have picked Trump. I just didn't. I didn't think he'd come through because I didn't feel like he came through on the first term. If I could go back, I'd vote for him though. I'll tell you that.
Would have gone for Harris.
No faith.
So if more had voted,
You're right.
his margin would have grown. Yesterday came a huge decision from the Supreme Court. The High Court declared that federal district judges exceeded their authority when issuing nationwide injunctions against Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship.
Exceeded their authority?
Executive power both for Trump and for his successors.
Yep.
And finally, a Democratic socialist just won the nomination for mayor of New York City.
Yep.
And perhaps you're wondering, well, how does that affect Trump? It gives him the perfect foil, someone to play off in future political battles. This morning's New York Post references campaign literature for Zohran Mamdani, which advocates for increased taxation for, quote, richer and whiter neighborhoods.
Such an unforced error. I think Mamdani has a number of good ideas. Why is it that every person that has any degree of democratic socialist ideas has to be a retarded racist? Why does that have to happen? Why can't we have somebody that has these ideas that isn't a retarded
like
racist?
fucking normal.
I'm tired of these buffoons. I am too. It's so frustrating.
Just imagine what Trump will do with
Bernie.
Winning
I
became
tried,
a punchline.
okay?
That Trump's
Bernie's
opponents
washed
used to
up,
lampoon
brother.
him in his first administration. He was a political novice then, surrounded by a team with which he was unfamiliar, and he was probably as surprised as the rest of us were that he won the election. This time is different.
I remember 2016 election night. I went out with my mom to Taco Bell, and we were sitting on the sofa together. And I had my smartphone. This is like I had just had it, so she wasn't used to me having it. And I said, "Look at this." And she says, "What?" I said, "He won." And she says, "Yep." I remember this so well. I was on a plane, yeah, and I remember I even screenshotted it. Because I was like, there's no fucking way, right? I thought this was going to be like one of those things where, like, remember, I think it was like a Truman, you know, like they like misprinted or like misread the election. And so they said like one guy won, it was somebody else. I was like, there's no way this is what happens, right? And then he actually ended up winning. Your mom voted for Trump? Oh, we both did. My mom and I both went out and voted for Trump. 100%. Not even a question. Why would I vote for Hillary Clinton? She wanted me to vote for her because she's a woman. Well, I'm not a woman. Why would I vote for somebody based on an identity that I'm not part of? It's just what I said before. Anybody that wants an advantage because of an identity that I'm not part of, I will never vote for them. Period. That's it. I'm a single issue voter. Yep.
This time he came with a plan and a cabinet with senior advisors comprised of loyalists all well known to the president.
Yep.
And recently, he's exhibited a more layered approach to governing on both the domestic and international front, no longer solely guided by winning each day's news cycle.
Yep.
By any objective measure,
I think this is definitely one of the huge...
President Trump has his opponents on the run.
I am shocked. Like, this week has been fucking insane. And I think also because Trump has racked up a lot of these W's, especially with things like the tariffs and also the Iran war, he's racked up these W's that have proven the media wrong. I think that what that's really done is that it's given him a tremendous amount of credibility now. So the next time that he does something that is a bit of a reach, that's a bit of a risk, he's going to be able to make a withdrawal on that credibility. And people are going to be more likely to trust him. He's not attacking a news cycle like in his first term. He's setting terms for it and dictating it. Yeah, he's just doing his job, and that's it. I think Iran strike is only his only W so far. Well, I'm a big fan of getting rid of birthright citizenship. I think that's a huge positive. Him getting rid of all the DEI initiatives was also great. I feel like there's probably like 5 or 6 things that I can really point to and say that, oh, getting rid of USAID, where we're just like spending money on bullshit around the world. I don't care about that. It obviously wasn't working. So yeah, a lot of the border, yeah, shutting down the border, deporting people constantly, the Rwanda war. Yeah. Oh, making diplomacy with the Middle East. I honestly, I think that, like, you know, in 50 years, us and Saudi Arabia and UAE and Qatar and maybe even Syria, right? Like, we can have a really great relationship. And I think we can do that. And the way that you do that is exactly by doing what he's doing. So, yeah.
Damn.
Now a super thanks for this. You owe me super thanks for this.
Okay.
I want to see it on this video.
Okay.
You better leave a super thanks, all of you, on this video, because I'm giving you some free advice here. Non-legal, legal advice. Non-legal. Because, you know, I'm not their personal lawyer. So, but here's what they would do. Here's what I would do. What I would do.
What would you do? What are you gonna do?
I would say as a settlement lawyer, because Ethan does not have to settle. He can say no, but I will say this, and here's how you do it. Here's how we do it, guys. Here's how we do it, chat. You say, I'm going to rat out, like a jailhouse snitch, I'm going to rat out the people that called CPS, and I'm going to give you their names and all their information.
Oh, genius.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. Woo!
So you can pursue them. because you really want them, right?
Yeah.
You really want them. We're going to give up their heads. We're going to sacrifice them to the corn. We're going to put them out there in the wood chipper.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you plot this against us, we'll do that for you privately. So no one sees it. It's going to be private, off the books. We're going to slide their heads to you, but you got to drop it against us. And I think that's the real sauce. And I think
I'm going to be honest. I don't think they know who did it. I don't think they can do this. Like, obviously, this is absolute cinema. But if I'm looking at this logistically, they probably don't even know who did it. That's the point.
I think that they might actually want to settle if they did that. That's the sauce. Don't tell anybody. I know there's 9,000 of you in here right now, but we're not going to tell anybody. Right? We're not going to go anywhere on the internet and send that. We're not going to. That's not going to get clipped out by anybody, right? Nobody's going to clip that.
Nobody's
going to react to that. Nobody's going to say anything about that, right? That's going to be our secret.
Yep, that's our secret, though.
So piracy is coming back. I think the reason why this is happening is the old quote from Gavin. Piracy is a service problem. The reason why piracy went down is because there were services like Netflix, for example, that acted as a market replacement for piracy, and the amount of money that you had to spend was minimal enough to where you could get the value out of it, and instead of spending the extra time and the potential risk with piracy, you could just simply access the shows easily. I think Spotify is the best example that a lot of us use now. How many of you guys had LimeWire and now you have Spotify? I know I did. So Spotify is an example of this happening and working in an effective way. But the problem is that with TV shows and movies, there are too many mouths to feed, and now people are going back to piracy. That's what my opinion is. I'll watch the video and see what they say.
The 2010s were the golden age of piracy.
Oh, yeah.
BitTorrent accounted for 1/3 of all internet traffic. LimeWire had more monthly users than Facebook, and the Pirate Bay was the only video store in town where you were sure to find what you were looking for.
You get that 1080p release a day before it comes out on theaters.
Hypothetically, of course. The world was slowly switching from physical to digital media. And even people who weren't particularly tech-savvy realized that digital goods could be replaced endlessly with practically zero marginal cost. At its peak, 95% of all music downloads were pirated because it had become cheaper and, above all else, an easier way to fill up large digital libraries that were being made possible by cheap digital storage. But then it just stopped. Since 2012, the internet has gotten faster, storage has gotten cheaper, and people have become more comfortable with computers, which should have just accelerated a growth trend. But it didn't. Since 2015, peer-to-peer file sharing has collapsed in popularity, and you might think you already know why. Streaming services like Spotify and Netflix were just a better, easier, and safer way to access content.
That's one reason.
And now, as these services have become markedly worse and simultaneously more expensive, piracy is making a comeback. It seems
that's the reason.
Pretty simple, right?
It's pretty simple.
The only problem is that's not the whole story.
Good.
Realistically, these companies knew this day would come. It was just really important that they could pretend
it's
it
too
wouldn't.
hard for normies. Yeah, I think that also them like shutting down and then re-hosting Pirate Bay over and over hurt piracy a lot because, and also LimeWire, it's kind of like if you cut off the head of the snake, you're going to remove a lot of people's access to piracy. Because like there are these websites that everybody would use and everybody would know. And just by the nature of how torrenting websites work, then seeding and, you know, like all of that, the more people use a site, the better the site is. So whenever you cut off a few of the heads and then people went to a bunch of different sites, I think that made piracy less accessible for the lowest common denominator of internet user. I think that was another effect that it had.
Basically.
For a lot of people, they've decided it's time to cut back.
But legitimately, it might be time to cancel some subscriptions, and I'm probably going to have to cancel some.
Some of them I'm not using, and it's just wasting money.
There's so many of these, it's hard to keep track.
You don't even know.
At that point, that's an adversarial relationship. I don't want to pay people to enter adversarial relationships.
We aim, as I said, for this business to be a growth business for the company with margins that our shareholders will feel good about.
So
well, that didn't happen.
Really made piracy go away, and what's really bringing it back might sound simple, but there's actually a bit more going on. First and foremost, the majority of people actually would like to acquire their media legally as long as it was easy and not ridiculously expensive.
People want to have the media legally because it makes it easier to transfer and to use. So, and also there's risks with piracy. Like, for example, you download something and it could have a virus in it or something like that. Or obviously you could get caught, but like realistically, it's probably a virus. So, and again, these are 1% probabilities, but like if you had a bag of M&Ms and one M&M was poison, would you want to eat a bag of M&Ms? No, you wouldn't, right? You'd want to have another bag, even if the other bag was like way, way more expensive.
Reasonable people understand that it costs time and money to produce a song, film a movie, or develop a video game. And the people involved in these projects do need to be compensated, or else they are just not going to make them. Even people who frequent the high seas, so to speak, know this better than anybody else. A survey coming out of Australia at the peak of online piracy found that people who pirated content were actually more likely to pay for it if it was available. In a finding that really ages the study, online pirates...
Interest in content would imply interest in content. If people are willing to steal something, they're also probably part of the target audience automatically, because they wouldn't be stealing it if they weren't part of the audience. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like common sense, but like stating it kind of helps put things into perspective.
Were far more likely to pay for movies and music through iTunes or QuickFix. This was because people who pirated content were just more likely to consume content overall, and most of them would only make the trip to the Bay if they couldn't find what they were looking for more legitimately. So there were two things that changed after 2013. Sure, there were a few high-profile crackdowns on some of these sites, but even the regulators themselves knew they were just playing a game of whack-a-mole. One of the most downloaded files on the Pirate Bay was the Pirate Bay, a complete copy of the site with all of the addresses that could be set up by basically anybody with some basic server hardware in the event that the authorities took down the original site. But then came along the streaming sites that, thanks to faster internet speeds, could let users watch content on demand without granting them direct access to digital files which could then be copied and shared illegally. The big thing.
And the fact is that like Netflix is a better service than using Pirate Bay. It is. It's a better service. You get a higher quality product on average. There's no watermarks. There's a lot of, like, it's a better service. It's the same as Spotify. Spotify is a better service than Pirate Bay was. I don't know. Like, I mean, so you like, you're right in terms of the breadth of content, but I don't think that you're right in terms of the quality of the individual content.
Was that these options were just so easy compared to piracy, and so cheap compared to buying songs or movies one by one that it just didn't really make sense to bother with anything else. Nowadays, that's clearly changed. There are dozens of streaming services that are each getting more and more expensive every year. The movies and shows that you watch are
This is crazy. This is insane. This is like we've gone full circle, and now we're all the way back to cable. Quality is worse.
We are.
Again, like, so quality, you're thinking about quality in terms of video quality. I'm thinking about quality in terms of aggregation. I'm thinking about quality in terms of being able to give recommendations. I'm thinking about quality in terms of usability, quality in terms of finding files. All of these things. And again, guys, I understand a lot of everybody, almost everybody in here, like, we're all internet Andes, right? Like, we're on the internet all the time. We're talking on the internet constantly, doing stuff constantly. I think that you really downplay the value that an average person gets out of having a self-contained system. You really, really downplay it. And I think Apple, you know, Steve Jobs understood that. That's why he was such a great visionary. And that's why the iPod was so successful and it blew everything else out of the water. Its usability is something that is actually a massive accessibility issue, and it cuts out so many people that you just never even see. It's about convenience.
It's too hard to use.
Split up over different providers, the services themselves are getting worse by introducing ads and pushing less relevant content, and on top of all of that, it's just not that easy anymore. Even individual TV shows have certain seasons split up over different streaming services, and the first step in sitting down—
what? The same show is on multiple streaming services with different seasons? Is this true? Oh my god.
Now, to watch a movie these days is
what
to Google
scam.
what
That's
streaming
insane.
service
I've
has
never
the
heard of that.
1984 release of Gremlins, and if you're unlucky, what streaming service plus what VPN combo will get you the movie you want to watch. If you're already going through all that effort, it gets really tempting to just replace streaming services with your port of choice, because in most cases, it will just be easier. So yeah, streaming services were cheap and easy, which killed the need for piracy. But then they slowly became expensive and terrible, which brought it back. Pretty straightforward, right?
Exactly.
Wrong. It's easy to write this whole thing off as just dumb companies being needlessly greedy to their own peril.
Yeah.
And while that's definitely part of the problem, there is a lot more to it than that.
What is it?
Music streaming
by
comparison
is
decent. There are multiple services,
No.
but almost
No,
all of
it's
them
not.
have almost all of the music that you would possibly
Correct.
be looking for.
And
As a
also, you can import your own music as well.
result,
locally.
nobody really bothers to pirate songs
you
anymore,
pay.
which is particularly impressive when you remember that just 15 years ago, 95% of music was being
Gotta use
downloaded
YouTube
illegally.
if you want all the
Artists have
music.
not been thrilled about the lower revenue they have got from streaming versus physical album sales, but most of them still go along with it because even a small share of something is better than most of their music being accessed for free.
Yeah, the thing is that like people are going, you either give it out for a price that people want to pay or it gets stolen because they can't enforce it. That's the issue, is that like it's unethical to steal things, but nobody cares if you can steal it and get away with it. That's just the truth.
Yeah, no one really
Raises a
cares about it.
potentially unpopular idea that it might not be streaming that's broken. It might be the movie industry that's broken. The golden age of streaming was never going to last because it was never meant to last. So it's time to learn how money works to find out why piracy is really making a comeback.
Let's find out.
This video was made possible by iScanner.
What's this?
I was sorting through some old receipts for tax season, trying to remember which ones I still needed
People
to file.
have receipts?
And of course, one of the important ones had coffee stains all over it. The text was barely
People
readable.
do receipts
Classic
still?
me. That's why I started using iScanner. I just scanned the receipt and it used AI to clean everything up. It straightened the
That's
page, fixed the lighting, and even removed the worst of the stains. I could finally read the numbers again, and drop the PDF straight into my records. Since then, it's kind of become my
cool.
go-to. Whenever I'm scanning documents,
Alright.
notes, receipts, or even something my dog got his teeth on, iScanner makes it super easy to salvage whatever's left and turn it into something
Damn.
useful. It's fast, it works across all my devices, and the free version actually does what I need,
Notepad really
including
does this? I
editing,
don't even know.
signatures, and storing everything in one place.
So you
Check
can
it
make
out
fake
with the link
documents?
below,
That's cool.
and make your paperwork just a little less painful.
I don't even use paperwork.
Netflix is the most dominant movie and TV streaming service in the
Yeah,
world.
no surprise.
It has over 300 million paying subscribers, and unlike a lot of its competitors, it's actually profitable.
Oh, it's actually making money now? I thought it was losing money still.
But from its very first days of online streaming, they knew they would eventually lose people back to piracy. They just really didn't care. And to see why, I'm sorry, but you are going to have to look at some financials.
Okay.
Last year, it made $8.7 billion in net income after taxes, which is extremely impressive. But it still makes it hard to justify the valuation of more than
8.7 billion. What did it say, billion or million? Wait, it only made $8 million, but the enterprise value is $500 billion? Who the fuck decided that? An elf? Oh, after 10,000 years, it's going to be worth it. Oh, billion? But that's million.
After taxes. Have to look at some financials. Last year, it made $8.7 billion in net income after
Okay, well, I guess he just said the wrong number.
taxes,
I
which
don't
is
know.
extremely impressive. But it still makes it hard to justify the valuation of more than $500 billion.
I mean, I don't know. Like, usually a company's valuation, like, especially if it's not like an intellectual property company, like Netflix does its own shows. So, like, even with intellectual property, like, you're really looking at like a 7 to 15x multiplier from everything that I know about venture capital, period. And like, even 7 is the ceiling, and 15 would have to be like some sort of like weird AI thing that like nobody's ever thought about. So, I mean, 540 is insane.
At that rate, shareholders would need 57 years for their investment to pay off, which is not a reasonable bet for a company in an industry that has only been dominant for a decade. 57 years ago, watching a movie looked like this. And in another 57 years from now,
that's
it's highly
crazy.
unlikely that we will still be watching movies through the current selection of streaming services. Now, most investors in this company aren't dumb. They know that Netflix can't make their money back with its current structure. What they are banking on is being able to offer a cheaper service that can charge more for in order to fatten up those margins.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it from end?
Anyway, cutting content, raising prices, and pushing strange features like mobile games within the app are not some surprise new rollout. They are part of a development.
It's the ads. I think the ads are what's really going to push people away from using apps. Because like people like the reason why people went to piracy in the first place is because of accessibility. You could only watch a TV show at 8 p.m. and also because there were a million commercials in it.
plan that the company knew it would have to implement since it started offering online streaming. It would just be a lot better if they could do it without competition. Now, on the expenses side, there is some good news. As technology improves, network infrastructure has become cheaper for the same capacity, which means the actual cost to stream videos to users is getting better every year. Netflix's cost of revenue adjusted for inflation has actually been stable since 2022, despite adding almost 100 million new users in that time. Included in those costs are the
so their revenue stays the same, but they keep adding users? I don't think that's a good thing. That sounds like a bad thing.
Aforementioned servers and network infrastructure, but it also includes the cost to license and produce their own movies, TV shows, and games. Another big reason their costs have been improving is because they just aren't licensing as much content as they used to, and that's for two reasons. The first was a business decision to cut down on a cost, especially for content that wasn't drawing in new users. The second reason is simply because they can't get their hands on as many titles anymore, because independent studios have made their own streaming services and want to keep their biggest IPs exclusive. So
this is the big reason.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is that like there are just too many other services, and you don't have a one-stop shop. Spotify is a one-stop shop. Netflix isn't anymore, and it's not even close.
Force users to either switch to their platform or shell out for 2 or more streaming services.
It's crazy.
Netflix is slowly producing its own titles, but that hasn't caught up to the content they are losing from licensing. So then
Netflix also has a massive weakness that they don't have. Every IP they have to source themselves. Like Disney has its own endemic IPs, like Snow White or something like that, that, you know, maybe they can make something really bad, but it's a known IP that everybody understands. Netflix, like One Piece was a massive success. My dad watched this. He loved it. He thought this show was amazing. So, like, I mean, it was a big success. And even the Devil May Cry show, I think, did pretty well, right? But overall, Netflix has made good shows, but they have to source these shows themselves. And so they have to pay for licensing, etc. Whereas like Paramount or HBO, they might have the IP for this to begin with. Especially this is true with Disney. Like think about the advantage that Disney has whenever they already own the entire catalog of Marvel movies. That's like such a massive baseline advantage.
Does this mean that Netflix doesn't care about piracy? Well, publicly they say they do, of course. But piracy is going to hurt their competition a lot more than it's going to hurt them. If people can't find a movie or show on Netflix and then give up and pirate it, that didn't really cost Netflix any money, because the vast majority of content out there.
I requested one of the doctors to call me. I don't count my chickens before they hatch. You know, I'll feel better whenever he's at home, but things are looking good. Let's get back to it.
A lot more than it's going to hurt them. If people can't find a movie or show on Netflix and then give up and pirate it, that didn't really cost Netflix any money, because the vast majority of content out there wasn't theirs to lose, and they most likely didn't spend the money producing it. A 2023 paper in the Journal of Economic Behavior and Organization titled Pirate and Chill found that when movies moved off Netflix to another platform, piracy of that content increased by more than 20%. Now,
Netflix has such a massive first mover advantage. They're basically like the Twitch of like streaming platforms. Is that
exactly they're the first to do it.
Platforms exist and they're successful. They don't have the same brand recognition and name recognition that Netflix does. Like everybody knows what Netflix is. So I think that's another really big reason why this happens too.
First and foremost, that's an amazing name for a professional journal article.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it showed why Netflix hasn't been too concerned with online piracy. In a now infamous quote from the company's chief content officer, they said that in order for Netflix to be successful, we need to become movie studios faster than movie studios can become us. Piracy that disproportionately hurt legacy movie studios and their libraries of content was not something that Netflix would encourage. But behind closed doors, they certainly weren't too sad it was happening. Another way to think about this is that obviously Amazon isn't encouraging shoplifting, but it's a problem that hurts their competition far more than it hurts them.
LAPOV, I guess.
Shit.
I mean, they're right. You know, yeah, obviously people like what Netflix is saying is that they have a lot of like smaller shows that don't have like a huge amount of like they're not super well-known shows. So they're going to be less people pirating them. I think
piracy
that's true.
has also been a handy little tool throughout the company's history. Back in 2013, it admitted to using data from online piracy sites to find out what was popular and therefore what was...
Hey, You could say this is unethical, but you can't say it's not going to be effective. That's a really good fucking idea. Yep, figure out what kind of shit people steal, and then don't sell that.
It's worth licensing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Netflix doesn't care about the rise of piracy. But what about the actual Hollywood studios? Well, they obviously do, and they crack down on IP theft with furious anger. But they are in a difficult situation. They could send piracy back to the dark ages by reconcentrating their content onto a single easy platform. But at the moment, that would probably...
They can't, because then you're just going to have people that are going to be putting up the files somewhere else. Like, it's always a game of whack-a-mole, and the more difficult that you make it for people to, like, consume the content, the more people will just simply take the easier route. I think that people will pay for the content if they can, but if it's annoying for them to pay for it, they'll just steal it.
That's basically where
Netflix,
I'm at.
Which a company like Disney would obviously not be willing to go along with after investing so much in their own service. If they keep competing, though, they are just going to make the experience worse for everybody and probably lose more ground to the high seas. Now, for these companies, this whole fight could not be happening at a worse time. There is a reason why music studios were able to play nice and make their content available just about anywhere while movie studios were fighting to the death. Music is simply much cheaper to produce, and there are far more sources of alternative revenue beyond just directly selling a song or an album. Artists don't make as much
point
they
too.
can go
right about that. Like
concerts
having like other
shit.
types of licensing, etc. And like this is something that remember Matt Damon talked about this, is that movies used to have like DVD sales that they could really pop off with. So like if a movie, like a good example of this, I think is I would say like maybe Dredd.
Yeah, they just go straight to Netflix.
So they made a Judge Dredd movie in like 2012 or so. And if I remember right, the like box office wasn't very good, but it did really well with DVD sales. And so, yeah, Grandma's Boy was probably another one. Yeah, there's a lot of these examples, right, where like it sold a lot of DVDs, but like its initial like box office was kind of low. And yeah, by Blu-rays, yeah, a good-ass movie, cult classic. Yeah, Idiocracy was a huge one that sold well on DVD. Yeah, that's a great example. Idiocracy is probably a better example than what I'm talking about, right? And so
Idiocracy sold really good.
That second ripple explosion wave effect. And I think that's also another reason why movies have to try even harder to like monetize. And I think that's why you see less avant-garde risky movies. And the only time that you see a movie that takes a lot of risks is when it's a director or it has a cast that's like, you know, guaranteed to secure a certain amount of money in sales.
From streaming as they would from Donnie Darko album sales.
I watched
but they
on
can
DVD,
make it up tours, merchandising,
Good
and other licensing deals. On the flip side, movies have largely been getting more expensive to produce, while cinema attendance has never fully recovered from its dip during COVID. Ironically, one of the biggest theater releases of the past 5 years was
Infinity War, right? It's got to be Infinity War.
From music studio with the cinema release of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
What? Box office record.
Oh god, somebody's gonna stop these white girls.
Concert movie.
Oh god.
There's no fucking
that shit
way.
Was huge. How did this happen?
A concert movie?
In the past, poor box offices wouldn't matter as much, because mid-budget movies could make a lot of their money back through DVD sales.
Hey!
But obviously, that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So studios have put even more effort into pushing their streaming services to eventually make back the difference.
Yep.
It's a bold strategy, and there are hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap at stake. So executives really want to pretend that eventually it'll work out. But if it doesn't, there are some lessons to be learned from the music industry which didn't beat piracy. It just made it unnecessary. The first is that movies have simply become too expensive for the current market.
And this is another big issue too.
Studios have
this is another big issue, is that like video games are running into the same problem that movies and TV shows are running into, is that as production costs increase, they're increasing at a ratio and at a rate that doesn't match the amount of money that people are willing to spend. So whenever you have these video games that are costing $800 million to make, well, are you really getting $800 million of value? Well, in a lot of cases, the answer is no. So the problem is that these movies now are costing so much money. Like maybe you need to rethink how you're making movies. You need to rethink how you're approaching this. And like also, you know, like Robert Downey Jr. got paid like what, $80 million or something like that to play Doctor Doom. That's just not a sustainable business model. It's just not. Like you can't spend that much money on movie stars and then think that you're going to make your money back. Like, and also, like, I'm not, like, I love Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a great actor. He's amazing. But it's just, this is not a good business decision. That's all. It's just not a good business decision. And you can't make your fucking money back. Yeah, paving the way for AI videos. Well, that's what's going to happen a lot. Check The Rock's salaries. I bet he makes a ton of... Absolutely. It's unbalanced. Yeah, it's a broken system. 100% it is. They're definitely getting that value. They're not corrupted by ideologist directors. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of movies. Like, here's another really good one. The Thunderbolts recently. I think that's a movie that, you know, a lot of people said was surprisingly very high quality, and it was a good movie. I didn't watch it, so I'm only speaking in secondhand. But the box office sales for the movie were below average. That was my, it sucked ass. Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I maybe best movie since Endgame. Yeah, so a lot of people, it's still bombed. Yeah, exactly. Seems like you guys are a little bit more split on it than what I've seen popular opinion be. Okay, that's fair. But either way, a lot of these movies, like, they just don't really sell very well. And I think they're investing too much money into these movies in general. And I think also, you know, like, you go back and you think about a lot of the older movies, like, like just Good Will Hunting, for example, right? Like, how much production value did you really need in that? You didn't need a huge, insane amount of production value. And I think that movies now, like, you don't have to have Michael Bay explosions and all of this crazy stuff happening. Yeah, that's another great example. Bro, Clerks. They couldn't even afford color fucking cameras. It's in black and fucking white. And they just went and made a movie, and it was massively fucking successful. And so, again, I think also they need to rethink the amount of money that they're spending on these movies. And you can go back, Memento by Nolan. I remember watching that in movie making class, but I don't remember even, like, that entire class I spent simping for this girl. It didn't work. Anyway, so that's, yeah, so I did not even pay attention to that movie at all. And yeah, let's see here. Money makes it there. Yeah, exactly, right? Paranormal Activity 1. Yeah, and there's plenty of examples of this. Napoleon Dynamite, another great example. So they need to rethink how much money they're spending on movies in the same way that developers for video games need to rethink how much money they're spending on games. If you're investing this much money into something, you can't afford for it to lose, and you can't live, like, whenever you're dealing with entertainment products, you can't deal in absolutes. You can never guarantee something is going to be a success like this.
Nice that people are only going to the movies for special occasion releases these days because it's expensive, the theater experience isn't that good anymore, and people can just wait a month and watch it for free on one of the streaming services that they were already paying for.
And it's also, a lot of the movies now are coming out on streaming services at the exact same time that they're coming out in movie theaters. And so it's even more the case. I'm trying to think, like, what movie, like, that's coming out would I want to watch in movie theaters? I can't even think of anything. I'm trying to think the last one. Like, I mean, I would have wanted to watch Infinity War in movie theaters. Like, maybe Superman. I don't really care about Superman. 28 years later, yeah, maybe that. Like, I remember I watched 28 Weeks Later in movie theaters in like 2009 or whenever it came out. So, like, maybe that. I don't know. I'd really have to think about it. Gladiator 2? No, I didn't like a 2. Like, no, it didn't need to be that way. And Dune? Yeah, I guess, okay, you're right. All right, so if they make part 3 of Dune, I'd probably watch that in movie theaters. That would be the next one.
Instead of making the whole thing cheaper and putting less of their eggs in a single basket, they have doubled down on producing mega blockbusters. Of the 20 most expensive movies ever made, 19 of them came out in the last 10 years after streaming was already mainstream. These figures also only count the production budget, not the marketing budget. And on the revenue side, the box office
doesn't... And by the way, marketing budget for these is sometimes like hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not like marketing is small. It's a huge component.
include the share paid out to movie theaters. With even extremely generous estimates of those arrangements, only about half of these releases made their money back. And some in particular, like the Marvel's Snow White, Dial of Destiny, and the latest Mission Impossible movie, are shaping up to be catastrophic losses. So far, studios have been able to justify these flagship productions to their investors by talking about their IP value, which can later be extracted by bringing in customers.
Yeah, Ironheart, bro. Like, how's that going? Not so good, huh?
To their streaming platforms. But that isn't really happening. Customers who join because they want to watch a single movie didn't tend to stay subscribed for very long compared to those who enjoy a deeper library of mid-budget movies or TV shows. I don't know about you, but I tend to take my subscription to whatever streaming service is hosting The Office this month. These huge productions also put more strain on the business as these losses have to be made up somewhere. And that
I've always, like, I just have a subscription to, I have, like, Crunchyroll and... Oh, I got Netflix, and that's about it. Like, I don't really have a lot of these.
More often than not, increased prices, more ads, and worse overall service.
Yeah, if it's not on there,
now, I would forgive you for not feeling too sorry for Hollywood studio executives, but they are really in a no-win situation here. The harder they push back against the changing media landscape, the harder they push people towards the high seas. So anyway, now might be a good time to shamelessly plug that these videos are being made available ad-free on Spotify. So if you would prefer to listen in or watch it over there, I have left a link in the description.
Yeah, Spotify is doing what they need to, what movies need to do. Because Spotify is like Steam. It prioritizes the user experience. And when you prioritize the user experience, you control the market. The moment that you start making content and developing your commercial product for the best interest of the people that are making money off of it is the moment that your commercial product begins to fail, because you've lost connection with your actual audience here.
If you think it's just streaming services that have been getting so bad, go and watch this video next to find out why making junk makes so much money. And don't forget to like and subscribe to keep on learning how money works.
Well, I think that was a really good video. I think he gave some pretty good insight on it, especially with some of those graphs. I wasn't familiar with some of that too. And so I'm glad to see this. I'll link you guys the video. Make sure to give it a like. How money works. And I've watched these videos before. I don't know why I haven't seen it, but it's one of those things where, like, I think that we all know this is one of those realities, right? We all know this is like the reason, but it's good to actually see it.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it talked about. It's one of those silent things no one really likes to talk about because they don't want to get it really deleted. You know, they're cracking down on that bullshit. So, you know, gotta keep it on the DL.
Us in this chat, right? We're not gonna talk about it.
This is
We're not gonna
just
post it on Reddit. We're not gonna put it on the Discord.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put it on Twitter. It's gonna be. There's no way that's clipped. There's no way this.
It's our little secret.
It's impossible. Clippers don't do that at all.
Of course not. No, imagine that. And so, who's gonna? What's gonna be CPS called? No, I don't think that they know who did it. I actually think that Denims and Frogan and whatever the fuck, Caseytron, I don't think that they even know who did it. Period. They have no idea. And so, like, all they did is create the environment for it to happen. I don't think that they know the people. I don't think they coordinated with the people. And here's the other part. Here's the funny thing. He's leaving this out, is that if they know who did it, calling and weaponizing a governmental agency on another person is, as far as I know, a criminal offense. It's kind of like in the same spectrum of swatting, and he can correct me if I'm wrong about this. But if they know who did it, and they coordinated with that person, not only would they be doing that, and getting away from this lawsuit, but they would be opening themselves up to somehow a sort of accessory lawsuit or accessory charge for weaponizing a federal agency and submitting false reports.
Yeah,
so
that's
this
true.
actually, like, aiding and abetting, right? So actually this could be even worse for them if they did this. Please let them do this. That would be really fucking funny, man.
Yo,
and
I'd
they'll only
love
find
that.
out if they go to Discovery. Yeah, exactly, right? And we'll see what happens. But submitting false reports, yes. That would obviously be in the deal. I don't know if that would be in the deal or not. I mean, because this is a civil case. I mean, usually you can't plead away guilt from a criminal case through a civil case, as far as I know. I mean, I don't think that's the way it works. I could be wrong, but like, that's just what I think. They'd get amnesty? I don't think they would. False report would be very hard to prove, but Ethan would definitely fight it in court. Yeah, well, I don't think it would be hard to prove, because these people probably have private communications that completely explain that they were doing it maliciously. Like, just in total plain English, that they were doing it maliciously. And so that's what I would expect, right? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
about
if they get hold of their phone, they'd
easily. So, in my opinion, I think
it.
this would be a very, very cut and dried case. Denham said that she will never settle. Well, good for her. You know, hopefully that goes really well for her. Hopefully things go great. But I did see this. This is, I think that he made another post actually talking about Tectone. Let me see if I can show this real quick and find it. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. Legal Mindset offers Tectone help in finding a lawyer against Denham's. DM me, bro. We can get you a defamation lawyer.
After 3 says Tectone said he wants to sue Denham's for defamation, but couldn't find lawyers to follow through. Why is that? He's not looking hard enough. If Techie wants help, I'll help Techie. If Techie wants to hit me up, Techie, DM me, bro. I'll find you a lawyer. We can get you a defamation lawyer. If Tectone needs help, Tectone, call me. Maybe. You know, call me, maybe. F23 says Tectone said he wants to.
Man, he DM'd him? Yes, I saw this. And so, yeah, things are heating up
Oh
pretty
shit,
fast,
he got
right?
the DM.
And I
Let's
think I got a pretty
go.
good one yesterday, smiley face, but I DM'd him anyways since he was cool. Gentlemen, I used to pray for times like this. Oh my God. The greatest Twitch era? Yep, there it is. This is insane. Oh my fucking God, man. And we're going to get some good content, boys. Yes, we are. And this is going to be fucking insane. I cannot wait to see this. And then, oh yeah, oh, here's another one too. Listen to this. Bro, Baldy hits her with the reality check. Look at that. Watch.
Out right now, but tell Ethan I will debate him.
I'll debate him?
Oh, is he running
She's
away?
going to debate him.
You can debate him. You can debate him in a court of law. So you want to debate Ethan Klein? You have your opportunity. There's a moderator to the debate. It's called a federal judge. Good luck.
Damn.
Oh, I love this, man. This is one of my favorite things to see happen. This is absolutely fucking amazing. I am so happy to see this. Oh my fucking God. This is the best content influence since Death vs. Third. It will be if it goes to trial. Yeah, here we go. We've had so many updates to this story. It's amazing.
Finally, on the Ethan Klein lawsuit stuff, just to reiterate with all of you, I will be fighting this lawsuit.
Yes.
I have legal counsel. They are actively working towards drafting some stuff. I can't really share more than that right now, but I can't really share strategy right now. But they are
$33,000 raised for the IDF.
Working tirelessly for this case, and I can assure all of you.
Damn.
The paperwork, the documents that are currently being worked on that will be filed, and I'm very excited to, once it is filed and once it's public, to share it with you guys. So yes, very, very excited.
I can't wait. I am so excited.
We'll be working.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see this. This is going to be amazing. And yeah, this is great. The Sunday Storm, I have to watch them a lot. Funny how low cut her shirts became whenever she needs money. Well, I don't know about that. I try not to comment on women's appearances. There's no real reason for me to do that. I don't think I need to, honestly. So I saw something that was really, really funny. This is from 1 year ago.
Hasn't led directly to the death of one of his parents yet, so he has that going for him over Asmund at least. I'll admit, I did like that tweet, and I have a lack of respect for Asmund Gold after letting his mom with COPD live in those sort of conditions. I'm sorry. Like, you're a millionaire, you have all of the resources in the world. Why is your sick mother living like that? Like, I'll say it, I don't care. If that makes me a bad person, still miles above of Asmund Gold. Miles above Asmund Gold.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I do genuinely believe that bad things do happen to bad people. And so whenever I see somebody saying this, I think it's just a matter of time. And whenever it inevitably happens, I will be there to laugh. And I think that many people will.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We've got...
Bro. That really just happened.
Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Promises kept. I said it would happen. I hate how people actually bully you. That's okay. I get my time. That's fine. And check your new editors. Did about
Every
this on
dog
Clip, so I
gets their
didn't see this
day.
at all before. But this is this was wild. This is actually wild. Things do happen to bad. Be honest. I do genuinely believe that bad things do happen to bad people. And so whenever I see somebody saying this, I think it's just a matter of time. And whenever it inevitably happens, I will be there to laugh. And I think that many people will. Oh,
welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We've got...
And so anyway, watch your short. I don't know if there's a short about this or not. I have no idea. And so I said it was going to happen. I told her it was going to happen. And here we are. Here we are, guys. Getting sued. Is it a bad thing? Yeah, Snark subreddits after Emerald. Oh, I'm sure they're going to attack anybody they can. I mean, they're just bullies. The first one. Let's see if I can find this. Somehow it's got even worse for her. Oh no, this is just, yeah, we already saw this before. It's not a big deal. And yeah, I don't even know. Is it on Asmongold Shorts? I mean, I don't even know what YouTube channels I have anymore, guys. I'm sorry to say. What is this? If I can find it. What the fuck is this? Shorts? No, I have no idea where this is at all. But apparently these are getting a lot of views. A lot of people are watching these. And anyway, so who the fuck knows? Anyway, so I did call this. I called it a year ago. I said this was going to happen to you. And at that time, I said I would be there to laugh at you and celebrate your downfall. And here we are, a year later.
Bro, this is crazy.
Wow. How
what are
about
the
that?
odds?
She didn't listen. She should have listened. She should have listened. I said it was going to happen. It only took 1 year. That was quick. It always does. And sweet, beautiful vindication. I know. It's amazing, isn't it? And this is making me believe in God. I can see why you say that. Absolutely. And karma's a bitch. Yeah, you're usually right. Well, no, the thing is that this must feel so good for you. No.
There is a God.
Because I know how bad it's going to get for her, and it hasn't even begun. We haven't even talked about the follow-up defamation lawsuits that I think are coming. We haven't even talked about the fact that if she actually gets convicted guilty of these, it will give Twitch the ability to ban her account because she used Twitch as a vehicle to commit a crime. No. This is only step one in like a 10-step process, okay, guys? It's going to get better and better and better. And the whole way through,
oh no,
I'm going to be watching. I'll be
This
watching.
is straight cinema,
anyway, so this is
dog.
another person who's trying to advocate for getting me deplatformed and getting banned because he thinks that I'm bullying Caseytron by saying that I don't feel sorry for her, that she's getting sued for from Ethan, right? Basically, right? This is the reply, so I don't know exactly where it is. And so this is Mike from PA. This is the same exact guy. He's absolutely having a breakdown. If we keep pushing, the problem will solve itself. Gentlemen, I want to let you guys know that I am going to do my best. I'm going to try as well as I can, and we're gonna take care of this problem, okay? I don't know. I can't guarantee results, but I can guarantee effort. It might not happen immediately. It might not happen instantly. You need to make a post for this? Yes. And we're going to try to get rid of these people and get the fuck out of Twitter. Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking about, you know, a lot of these people are accusing me of weaponizing my community. I'm thinking
Never
about
does
proving
that
them
ever
right.
happen.
Maybe I should do that, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know, but if you want to act like a victim and you want to post stuff like this, maybe I'll make you deserve it. I'm not saying I'll do it. I'm just saying I might. So the thing is, I see these people, and I want to show this, and the reason why I show this here is because these people are prime bullies. They are bullies, they are aggressive, they are sociopathic, they are awful people, they have no values, they don't care about anything other than making people do what they want. And that's it. Don't go down to their level. I won't. I'll go lower. I have no... See, the thing is that when I see stuff like this, my goal is to find some sort of way to get people like this off the platform. This is a person who is openly, plainly, statedly talking about having somebody kill themselves. Openly
That's messed
advocating
up.
for it. That's it.
They do need to get off the platform.
And so that's it. If people want to take the low road, I'll meet them there. That's fine with me. And
I'll meet
so
you right
careful
there,
words,
buddy.
though? Oh, I'm always careful with my words. I never say anything that would get me in trouble. All I'm saying is that I think these people need to be held accountable for advocating and promoting making somebody want to kill themselves. They need to be stopped. Yeah, we need to stop these people. We got to get rid of these people, guys. It's not about killing yourself.
Online bullies.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's about killing yourself. So I just want you guys to see that whenever these parasites are pleading for any sort of relief or any sort of you know, like mercy at all, this is what they do. These people do not want mercy. All they want is they want to be able to control aggression. That's it. You want it to mean the bad thing because it makes you right? Gentlemen, there is no amount of emotional manipulation or gaslighting or anything like that that's going to make me even doubt myself for a second. I understand that this might work with dumb people or anybody else who's trying to look like a good person or anything like that. I don't need to do that. This is not like that's not the way that I operate. So you're not going to try to, you can't misinterpret the tweet. Yes. I don't, you're not like any form of gaslighting like that to me. Just is it, you're literally just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time, and that's it. And so don't fuck me. Yeah, I don't. He knows he's right because he is right. Yeah, you're not going to even make me question myself for a second. The more that these people push, the more that we will push back. And I also want to say that, you know, I'm pretty good at doing it. And so I think that these people should take the L. Take some self-reflection. Ask yourself, is this a good thing to collectively bully and lie for people? And, you know, maybe change their behavior. Let them find out. If they weren't dumb fucks, they'd settle and apologize already. Yeah, well, either way, I want to say that there's never going to be a point where I will ever give these people even a slight amount of sympathy or any level of relief. It doesn't matter what you do. Even if you apologize, I will keep going. Because I know that the only reason why these people would apologize is to somehow avoid accountability and then rebuild themselves and then do the same thing again. Nope, that's it.
Gotta see if homeboy is getting on. Get it. Oh, that fucker got me. Let's fire.
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Spyro. Ding, ding. Yeah. Gareth, you make fun of me. I'll kill you. Eat my bed, friend. Eat. Hit me with that. Whoop. 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 Yep. That. What? Locker. Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
What have you known? Oh, pussy! Damn. Can't do it. Walk it, burn. Shit, boy. What think you are, Mike? Horse.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Sexy lady. I'm a good glider. See? I'm a good glider. I'm a gonna get What's the point of this? Gonna hit me. Where do you get down? Don't even make a move. Maybe that way. I'm missing a dragon? Yup. There he is. No. Get there easily. Yeah. Damn it, that was even worse. Damn. The frick am I missing? Give that my all, man. Try it again. Time to go this way. And I'm losing my touch. There's no way. It was the perfect jump. I gotta check something. Here we go.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Alright.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Think sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterfly.
Keep his gut filled like yours. Got it. What did that do? What? Get him.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and
The
collect
mass.
the treasure.
Fuck. Gotta speed run this game, brother. That's all I needed. Loving this. Such a good game. Oh shit. What? Bruh. Oh shit. Bro. Tornado? Oh shit.
Thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Want this shit? Bruh. Butt cheeks. Cooked his bitch tits. Let's go. The wagon here. Are these men? Just a dragon passing by. Big Doc. Mas Zorro-like figure.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Oh, nice. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Headshot at her ass. Food. Da-da-da. Oh, laugh. Keep laughing. Oh, more.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember,
No.
Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Ah! Oh no.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Maybe I will. I have everything, so. F it. Hey, mother. Bumbleclaw. He respawns? That's so weird.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafters world if you're ready.
We out. That's what I thought, punk.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves. Alright. Damn. Gotta do tough shit.
What the hell? Oh shit, that ain't good. They're fighting each other? What the fuck? Do that.
Oh, Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you? Of course
And
not. Oh, good. I didn't think so.
Heck nah. Watch this. Oh. That maxed out my volume. Oh, did it float? Bro.
Thank you for releasing me.
Blew him right out of his fucking shoes.
But these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafters world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
Bro, you're cooked. You like that? Yeah. Okay, we're in the circle. You tried to jump on his back, he wasn't even there. W.
Great work, Spyro. If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the Magic Crafters world.
Cool.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead, try it. This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my
I was
wings.
a young
Learn to fly.
warthog. Alright. All there for now. I'm a little tired. See if there's anything we can watch together before I call it. Check out Djibouti Boys.
I'm falling.
Hands on me. It's my turn. Watch me hit these moves, boys.
Check these boys out on this game.
You can do Rizzler face.
Climbing.
Look at that.
Game called Peak.
Hands up. Check this out. Thumbs up. I approve of that.
No means no.
Louis! Oh no!
Oh shit!
He's dead! Oh my god!
I'll help you.
Broke your spell.
So there is a fucking oh shit. There is a feigned death?
You landed on your head.
Cool. Question, fellas. Did you bring your passports?
Oh no, I left it.
You guys got your passaportes? Make sure you guys are looking good. Repping that Djibouti blue.
I got mine.
Chef hat, climber's hat.
Was there chef hat? What?
There's like a different hat. Then we can unlock more. Do this, boys. This game screams
I want the little-
VR. I don't know.
I want the Donald Duck hat.
This will make you
And
barf.
Justin, are you DJing music? Because this game could use some music.
Yeah, I got my pulled up my old chill, cartoonish Minecraft beats. Minecraft beats to game to.
Some celebration for your eardrums, I presume, huh?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex. You must know all about it.
Indeed, the most fearsome of all the naughty warriors.
It's got RP potential.
Actually, people say that Ankylosaurus is the most feared of all the dinosaurs.
Oh, really?
What do you know
It
about
has
the?
a
What do you
huge
know?
cock.
What do you know about the Gigasaurus Rex?
Don't try to school me on dinosaurs.
Excuse me, it's Gigasaurus Rex?
Easy,
Watch your
Pops.
mouth.
You're not allowed to say
Watch
that
your
word.
mouth. Don't say that around here.
Cover his mouth.
I don't
his
like
mouth.
your pronunciation. You shut your
No,
fucking
you're
mouth.
not allowed to. Only Jay-Z can
You're
say
not allowed
that.
to say it like that.
That's
no.
Jay-Z. Only Jay-Z can say that.
Only Jay-Z can say it that way.
It's his
I'm pretty sure.
Izzo, E to the Izzy.
Get it white.
Hand to the mouth, You can't say that word. All right, boys.
So let's go on vacation.
Let's go. Oh, we're on the wrong.
Vacation's
Guys,
all I ever wanted.
You failed the
I
first.
think we're gonna be late.
You guys failed the first
Justin,
test.
I'm getting tired.
You guys failed the very first
I
test.
don't know. This isn't making very much progress. Talk to yourself. I can make progress even if
Vacation
against
all
me.
I ever wanted now.
All right, so what the hell are we doing, fellas? Kiosk. Board the flight. Present your passports and off to Bing Bong Airlines. Start. And away we go. Yo, PC Tech, McBarbor, Todd Gonzalo, Common. What up, dude? Kona. Sexy Matt. What's going on, boys? All right. Whoa.
So I figured out that my flame weight was set to 400, and my graphics card and CPU were fucking burning on fire.
You did say your computer
so
had a
I set
warning.
it down to about. Now my temperatures have dropped dramatically, about 20 degrees Celsius.
You don't want to burn up on the mountain, Lou.
Dude, I was like trying to figure out, I'm like, dude, why is it so hot? I opened the door, I turned the fan on, directly pointing at the fucking, like, what's going on?
All right, boys.
Like a fan kick on my computer I never heard before. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
At attention?
Oh, dude, give me that. Hold on, what's this?
Do you get to actually play it?
I'm blowing into it.
I don't hear you blowing.
Give me that.
Blow. You
Give me
blow
that.
with
You
it.
don't know how to play it correctly.
You have to blow with it.
No, don't.
Does it give you notes or anything?
No.
Tap left mouse and kind of.
I don't know why Pops' microphone is so much louder.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. Maybe because there's a bugle playing in your ear.
Huh. Keeps bouncing. Sometimes loud, sometimes quiet. Okay, Louis, Jesus Christ.
Louis Armstrong over here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me see that thing.
Hold on, blow it white in my ear hole. Let me hear how that sounds.
Can you hear me now?
Do you have tinnitus?
We should bring that. Ooh, a lantern. Might need
I'll
that.
take this flare.
Yeah, everybody grab
Hey,
some.
should I bring my little where are those Lubus?
Labubu.
Oh
La
God,
Boo-Boos.
we brought Labubu's
Yeah, I
on
got
the.
my little baboo.
Thank God we brought that when we crashed.
Labubu. I have so many masks you can have.
Oh Jesus. All right, boys. Anything else you could loot?
So it looks like our plane crashed, huh?
Guidebook. I got the guidebook. Gentlemen, I present to you a book on how to not die by Scoutmaster Miles. Next page.
I don't need that. I was in the Boy Scouts.
Just
Oh, I can
remember.
read over your shoulder.
Oh, you guys
Cool.
can read this? Yeah, check this out.
Yeah, actually.
Story time, Lou. You're going to have to keep up. If we don't do the tutorial, everyone in chat's going to be mad that we just died and didn't read how to play. Okay? Never abandon a friend in need. You guys got that?
Yeah.
So, look around, walk, shift to sprint. You got to get to the high ground if you want to be spotted. Nobody ever got rescued off the mysterious island by loitering around. Okay, boys?
Yeah, Louis.
Time is of the essence. We must hurry. Jump.
I'm ready.
You can jump over gaps. Hold left click empty-handed to grab a wall, space in the air. You can jump grab. Okay. And shift while climbing is lunge. Don't forget right click to grab a homie if he's on the ledge, I guess. Wait a minute. You can crouch down and jump on someone's head? Can you guys jump on each other's head right now?
Yeah, let's
not
jump
me,
on Justin.
not me. You guys jump on each other. I want to see if it works. When do you crouch? When do you crouch?
Come here.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
That works?
Whoa. Whoa. And then if I do this, what happens?
Oh, this is like actual gameplay meta. You guys are doing it.
Whoa.
Anything else? Oh, you can jump off his head when he's crouching and you get super jump. Really? Yeah, you can help a friend from below too. Crouch down, let a fellow scout stand on your head and jump to give them a boost.
And then stand up, Luke?
That was it. I heard it. I heard the confirmation. I heard it.
I have to pee or something.
Watch your stamina bar. Watch your health bar. If you get hurt, you get less stamina.
Ah! Oh, God! What are you doing? You're on fire! Ow! Ow!
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I will put you out.
Anything else? Don't overpack. You can get over encumbered. Anything else? Keep an eye out. You can ping with middle mouse, boys. Ping with middle mouse. Never abandon your friends. Hi. Yeah.
Are we timed?
Hold Q to
Should we
throw
take this
stuff.
or
Yeah,
just
we
leave it?
got to go right now. Come on. Follow me.
Following the trumpet.
Follow the trumpet.
Guys, I have to pee or something. I don't know what that means.
Just go, bro. We're out in nature.
We got to climb this?
Wait to get to
Yeah,
the
we'll
top
make
of
it.
that?
Bruh.
This
Or
is your
we'll
first
die.
guys. First time mountain climbing, obviously.
This really is only up. Yo, what is this?
Is there?
Is this an alien?
That's jelly.
Jellyfish,
jelly,
boys, watch
bro.
out. It'll sting you, and then we got to pee on you if you get caught up in that. Don't touch it.
I want to though.
Don't
It looks so
do it.
soft.
Don't.
You can touch the top, just not the
What's
bottom.
this? I found treasure. Ancient
Open it.
My
luggage.
treasure.
Opening.
Whoa!
Anti-rope spool. Yo, who's got room?
You have a backpack.
Do you guys have
What's
three?
anti-rope,
Do you guys have
though?
3 slots too?
Yeah, I have 3, and I have an empty backpack slot, and you only have 1 backpack in which you're carrying.
I'm like, how do I put stuff in this backpack?
I can open your backpack from.
Oh,
your bag.
you guys get access to it. Gotcha.
Yeah. If you want me to wear it, then you can stuff it in my back. I'm good with that too.
Sure.
I'm kind of hungry.
Here you go.
I see something up here. Give me a second.
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Did you lose it already?
No, it's right here.
Oh.
Just had to test it out. Just had to test it out.
How do I?
You guys
grab
want
it?
some green crisberries?
Yeah, grab them, Lou. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them.
Wear it.
We gotta
So then
get
you
to
can
the
stuff
top,
my
boys.
back. See that?
Yeah. Let me drop this in there. Here. Let me see that backpack. Pops' backpack open.
Don't eat those.
Why?
Don't eat those.
Why?
I ate it.
It's poisonous or something.
Oh shit.
My belly
Gonna be
feels like
sick.
fire.
Don't barf. Don't barf. Don't barf. Hold it in. Don't barf. Don't let him barf, Lou. Don't let him barf.
Don't barf.
Why'd you make me eat that?
Louis, quit poisoning Pops, huh? This is
Lou,
practice
you know
climb.
When you throw food at me, I'll just eat it. Oh!
Louis still scouting. What'd you find, Lou?
I'm trying to get food.
What is that?
Why is he thinking about food already? We're not even hungry.
There he goes. Look at him. You got it, Lou?
He's really not that good.
What
at that,
happened?
I got damaged. My health is damaged.
Already damaged? What'd you take?
Well, when you opened that loot crate, it hit me in the face and it hurt me.
This is not going well.
Not good.
All right, Josh.
How
watch
bad's
this
fall
parkour,
damage?
parkour. What are you at? Ugh.
That was sick.
Grabbed you.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, how does the
Garbage.
grabbing work?
Right click on a ledge, I think, right? Let's test it.
If we can link with each other. Like if you're up there,
Here.
help grab me.
So you grab my hand. No, you grab mine.
Stupid?
That work?
Wait, do it wrong? There's a
You
way to
left
do
click
it.
my hand.
Ew.
Maybe you have to be on the wall.
I'm doing it. Maybe.
Yep.
There.
It gives that little
That's how you do it.
confirmation sound.
Ah, got it.
Whoop. All right, boys. Ahead of us is quite the mountain, but it's the only way we're getting off. A plane
Is this
crashed.
a streamer type game?
Several women and children have died. We're the only ones that remain. But we've
Sure this
got
game's
to
fun with,
get
like,
to the
normies.
top. Yeah, Chad. Anyone played this
Game
game?
does
What do you
look
guys
fun.
think? I saw it was making its rounds as the new hotness.
I'm already at a disadvantage because I'm hungry and I'm hurt.
You're hungry.
My butt is full of poop. But I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can.
I'm sure once we get up there, we'll find a bathroom. This game's pretty fire. First climb of the day, boys. Let's go. Conquered.
Ooh, teamwork.
Okay, the hand is automatic, huh?
Yeah. When you're climbing, it'll just like latch to him.
That is sick.
So we just go up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way.
That's the name of the game.
Seems like a bad way to go.
My stamina is getting so drained here, Lou. This is a
that's the right
weird
way.
angle, Lou. It's a bad angle.
I don't think that's the way to go.
Why did we go this way, Lou?
Trust me. This is the way to go.
Why am I trusting Louis? You got that? Come on, Pops. You got that. Clean that up.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh in a good way or uh-oh in a bad way?
This is not
Bad
good.
way, but hold on.
This is so
Hold on.
not good.
I get my stuff back.
Louis, if you got a hand. We got it.
All right, here I go.
Well, there's music in this game.
Oh, ouch. Oh god.
Just
Oh.
find that little spot right there to rest. Get your stamina full. Clean that up.
Full of poop. Oh.
Got it.
There we go.
Good shit. Louis, this is the fucking worst way we... Wait. Actually,
The ultimate way to go.
actually, it's pretty good.
Whoa.
I was worried.
Nice.
Oh, damn. This is going to get complex.
I think we should go to the left.
Left?
I want to
Yeah,
get
over
up to
here.
those bridges up there, Lou.
We'll get there, don't worry.
Hit that jumper.
40
Sick. The jump man.
I remember my first time mountain climbing.
Do you really,
You've climbed
Lou?
a mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Climbed a mountain. Or did a mountain climb you?
They used to call me Mountain Man.
That's pretty original.
Yeah.
The fall. Oh God, the
fog-
storm's coming in.
the
Dude, this is
fog?
like night rain.
The fog.
Lord, cocky.
Fuck.
Okay. There's bushes
Why are we
over
listening
here.
to Louis?
Yeah, what, Louis? Listen,
We're having fun.
We're having fun, boys.
we gotta
we're
make
doing some
decisions
creative.
together.
Fun.
We gotta
Uh,
work together, Lou. Where you going, Lou?
This is hyper sketch.
We're
I
going.
know.
We're getting up there.
I know Louis is afraid of heights too. So,
The confidence is kind of concerning.
do you see anywhere to go from there, Lou?
Yes.
Hey, Just. Hey,
Yeah.
Louis, look down here.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look way devious? Like, I don't know if I should
Evil.
trust that face.
And he's like, join
Guys,
me.
the fog is rising. I think we should
Watch
keep
Louis
going.
just come back, Lou. In a real
Oh,
creepy
God.
way, just tell us to follow you up the mountain. Your character's face looks evil as fuck.
Help me.
I think
I'm
you
losing
should
my
follow
grip.
me.
God, he's gamer mode right now. Louis not RP mode.
Listen, I am doing my best.
What's with
I found a little cave in here.
Must be my damn ears. First you guys are quiet, now you're loud, now you're quiet again.
If I noticed when like we circle like around objects, it kind of cuts.
That's what it is.
Okay, we're gonna cut around this rock.
Oh my God, Louis, that's insane. What about in here?
Louis took massive damage.
You good?
Louis broke his
okay.
femur.
I'm okay.
How's it look over there?
Not good.
Ah! Oh,
Eat the granola bar,
can
says
do it.
chat. Eat the granola bar?
Eat
Guys, we
it.
gotta make sure these rations last. Don't tell them, chat.
I haven't eaten in 4 days. I've only eaten poisonous fruit.
Ooh, that was good. Coming up!
Louis go. Wait, Louis dead.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Supposed to go up,
no,
Unit. Here
let
we
the
are
little
circling, chat. We're going around. Going around the outside.
Did you know Fat Joe was a mountain climber?
Uh-oh, my stamina. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Brother!
Save him.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh.
I win.
Okay. I think we actually made it to a trail up here.
Jeez, they're so
We're
sketchy.
going up, Lou. You got us going left
going
and right.
up. Just follow
Left
me
and
this
right.
way.
Left and right.
Who made Louis the de facto Cub Scout leader?
He
I
just
took initiative. You know, maybe you should try it.
just started
Step into
taking
the beta.
charge.
It's that Chad aura that I
I
don't
got
have.
big Chad aura.
It's a real Andrew Tate of the mountain.
Women love when you take initiative.
Mm-hmm. Wet quizberries, boys.
Though the last quizberries I ate poisoned me, but you know what? I'll eat them again. I don't care.
Let's celebrate. We made it this far.
Hey, we should all eat it just in case it's poison. We all die in the same breath.
I'm gonna eat 2 of them.
Cover your
There we
spell.
go. Eating it.
Eat it up.
And mostly safe.
I think we're
No
good.
poison.
I think we're
no
fine.
poison.
Nice.
Everything's
Is there any more?
fine. Nothing to
Very-
worry about. Yep. Let's
You guys
see.
thought I was going the wrong way. Now look at this.
Yeah. Where do you expect we should have gone, Lou?
You know what, Louis?
This
I
way.
actually gotta change my approach. You almost fucking spiked yourself.
Almost got a sea urchin up your ass.
Oh, I'm falling. I'm falling.
Oh my god!
Oh shit. This is fucked.
Saw my cup get Mortal Kombat.
What if we go? Can we? Maybe there's a crack over here. We could just. I could just slide a finger down a crack of that ass. You know. Like right through there.
Ugh.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try cramming myself in this little hole.
We're going through that little crevice that we saw above us. It panned out.
Porcini mushrooms.
It-
A delicious porcini
You guys got
mushroom.
Louis, we got pizza. We got mushrooms over here. But hey, Lou, you go your way. We'll circle back. We'll find you.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
You ever had mushrooms before?
I was always told never to eat strange mushrooms that are just on the ground.
Who told
but
you that? That's all propaganda, brother.
Here you go.
You just put those in my mouth.
Yes. How's it feel?
Now I hear weird music. Fuck, I'm dying. I'm actually dying. I'm dying. What do I do?
I know how to fix it.
Give him more. Give him more.
I'm dying so fast.
Is it good?
Dude,
Is it good?
Bruce Blue, bro. You're gonna be on the good one.
Well, guys, it was nice knowing you. I'm playing my own funeral. My own funeral tune. Can you guys salute me at least? I'm gonna be dead in 3, 2. Salute. He was a good man. I was a good man. I was the best man.
Oh shit, he's actually dead.
It's okay.
They poisoned me, chat.
Maybe we shouldn't feed each other poisonous porcini mushrooms.
I thought it was gonna be funny.
Induce my own shitting.
I can't live with myself.
Oh my god, he's carrying me. That's cool. Oh shit.
The guilt really got to him.
Oh shit. He's dead as fuck. Okay, so we're just throwing. There's no way to bring me back? There's a give up button.
Where am I? What's happening?
There's a way to bring me
Come
back.
with me.
Why is everyone giving up?
I'll keep you safe.
All right. Everyone turn into a skeleton. GG's. First round. Nice, fellas. Nice. Wow, the commitment to the team is pretty amazing. One of us goes down, we all go down. I guess. What the hell are you guys doing?
Listen. I thought they were delicious.
Why didn't you just bring me back?
I
There's
thought
some
they
kind
were
of
safe.
there's some kind of res functionality.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you were
Yeah. I was too far
No,
gone.
you're full. You're full of a poisonous mushroom.
All right.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Eat the mushroom.
Yeah, do not eat the shrooms. Boys.
Well, at least don't eat the cluster mushrooms.
Don't
Those-
shove them
those
in
didn't work
people's
out.
mouths. Did you bring your passports? You can recover from poison over time. Yeah, but 2 mushrooms, I guess, was too much. It was too far gone.
Too many.
Seems dope. This is, so far, if that's the loop, this is pretty cool, man. Ooh. Water.
Dose, are you really doing mushrooms though, bro? You know?
Bandages. And the loot seems random, too.
All right, I'll be the mule.
Yeah.
I'll take the compass.
All right, what do we
See
get?
if we could find
And the
anything
flare.
else. Lantern, we don't need this. Here, Pops, I'll put this in your bag. We don't need this right now. Here you go.
Does the guidebook
All right.
tell us anything about what's...
We're
Gotta
gonna
have
lock
this.
in. No more fucking around.
Gotta
Get
have this.
poisoning each other with poisonous mushrooms. Okay. I'm getting out of here.
Sure. Let's do this, boys. Come on. Time's wasted.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Keep your eyes
The
open for
hunger
any loot.
begins.
A granola bar could have gone flying off of that shipwreck.
Over here, guys. We gotta get some of these...
That
these
airship wreck.
coconuts right here.
Never
Definitely
flying with
coconut before
Bing
we go.
Bong Airlines ever again.
The
Guys,
other
coconut.
known for crashing.
Bing bong.
What you got? What you got, Lou? It's like quiet and it's loud, man.
Hey, there's a thing over here.
Ooh. See, luggage
Whoa.
explodes off the plane. Huge lolly.
Hey, that's my
A
nickname.
lollipop, a lollipop. Put it in your backpack for the lollipop.
I can't even eat this. It's too tough.
We gotta crack it open, Lou. Can you throw it? Throw it straight up.
Yeah.
And it'll fall and it'll crack and then we can drink the succulent juice. There you go.
There we go.
Let me see you eat that, boy.
Oh, fuck yeah, that worked.
Yeah, go.
Here you
Wait,
guys want one?
are we feeding each other weird fruits?
Little cactus culo.
Coconut is?
Ow!
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
A
Oh.
cure
That's
all.
what happened to me last night.
That looks magical.
Yeah, we need to keep
Oh.
this. This could have saved my
We
life
could have
last
given
night.
you the poison.
All right, I'm putting it in the
Mushrooms
mule.
and still live.
Ciao,
Yep.
Pops.
Stuff it in heavy back shots.
That will save the run. Milton in this game would be great. I tried. He's on a different schedule, Chad. He's a big morning boy.
He's a dad man.
He's a dad morning boy. But we'll shoot for... we talked. We said we shoot for something else soon.
And I think they're like each map is like procedurally generated. Like every day has a different mountain to climb.
Yeah, on the main title screen of the game, it was like a new island is coming in 20 hours.
Really?
Lead the way, because my trip was not so fun.
All right. Looking at this
There's
map.
some coconuts if you want to get some coconuts.
Man, this looks fun.
I mean, yeah. Do you have much space, Lou?
I have a compass and a flare, so.
I'm climbing. Oh man, my stamina. Oh man. Oh man. You can make them knock down. Knock them down. Whoa! Whoa!
So if we do this, watch. This is the tech right here.
Ooh.
Yoink! Yo!
You guys cracking nuts?
Yo, check it out.
Let me put this in the mule here. You got one last spot. There you go, Pops.
There it is.
All right. I say we start off. Right is right, fellas. Over meow.
This is better. This is cozy.
It's kind of looks just like an easy setup. A green crisp-berry on the way.
Do not eat that. That will give you the hottest of diarrheas.
Okay.
Only the red.
Only the red.
Ah.
Let's get up here, boys. And now we fucking climb.
Yo, we should get stranded more often.
This is a strand type game.
Actually, kind of true. I am carrying a giant backpack full of useless shit.
That big old baby Lou in the back. Come on. Right here. Just
Run it back.
Sneak past this crevice, and up here we
Do
go.
you think Kojima's laughing his ass off, realizing people are just playing the same game?
I think he's looking at this game right now and going, "Oh fuck, I could have made this game." Oh shit, we are competing for space on this mountain right now, Bob.
No,
oh fuck.
boys.
Oh shit. I got it. It's possible.
I have less stamina because I'm a mule, so I might need some help.
You might need to eat something, but here, grab my hand.
I have
Abra.
less stamina than you
Cadabra.
boys.
Shift.
Ah!
The double hand grab save.
Oh.
I like this Jack and Daxter type beat.
You know,
Oh my
when I
God.
think of games like the Golem game, they could have done something like this.
Ooh, this could have been a great Hobbit game, all three of us.
That's what I'm saying.
Hobbiting around.
Yo, I
Hippity
see
hobbity.
these bridges up ahead, dude. I want to hit that.
Remember to ping with
Remember
middle
to
mouse.
ping.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't touch the spikes.
No, why would
Why?
I didn't mean to.
What are you doing touching spikes, dude?
Poison?
He trying to
Yeah, a
fucking
little
hide
bit,
it.
little bit of poison.
A little bit of poison?
Little
Like
bit.
deadly
Little
amount of poison
bit.
or like
No, I'm
a
okay, I'm
reasonable
okay.
amount of poison? Oh, okay.
Very reasonable.
Gotcha.
Probably like itchy, maybe a couple blisters.
Let's just run a
Blitz.
level quick.
Tight squeeze right here.
Oh, yeah.
Pull me up.
Boys,
Oh,
we found the bridge. Gotcha, right here.
Oh, you got me. Oh, I don't want to get slammed in this place.
Louis on a bridge. The bridges do connect to go higher. Right
I
here.
like the, yeah, right here.
Coming around, Lou?
Yeah.
I'm up.
Let's do this shit.
This game's all about teamwork, huh?
And you can heal yourself from
Oh,
more
yeah.
stamina. Should I save it though for when I really need some healing? Because right now I'm just I got a little bit of pain, but not much.
I think as the night goes on, we're gonna need everything we can to survive.
You need it now. I will bandage now. Healing my injuries.
Whoa.
Oh, the bridge.
Bridge,
The bridge is
get
gonna
the
give out.
Yeah.
Louis!
Louis in here?
Oh my God.
Oh,
You thought I was dead, but little did you know.
oh man.
Well played, Lou. I thought you were fucking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm healed. Let's see where we
What
going.
do you got?
Don't forget to ping. Oof. Ping for your fellow man.
You can ping? How do you do that?
Middle mouse.
Middle. It's not the
Climbing with the
greatest
boys.
ping, but
Just climbing with the boys.
help, Louis. Give me your hand.
Always look back to help a fellow climber in need. It could save them. Could save their stamina bar, boys.
You know what else
Do
could
we
save
climb
you?
up this mountain bussy, or do we go another way?
This crevice
Twitch
looks
Prime.
good, but she looks steep. I don't know if we'll be able to make it. What do you guys think?
I think we can.
Oh, you want to
there's like a
swim
halfway
the
point.
crevice?
Oh my god, I shifted and lunged that and skipped a whole bunch of it, but my stamina bar is dead. Wait for stamina.
Pops, get on top of me. I'm gonna super jump you
yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
jump, super jump.
Yep.
Do
Here we
it.
go. Yeah.
There it was. Me next, me next. Fine,
Don't
never
let
mind.
Pops need it.
Close. This is gonna be close. Ugh. I might die here.
I got my hand out. I got my hand out.
Oh god, no! Now I'm falling.
My hand.
Ah!
Did you guys take big damage on that?
I took a little bit of damage.
I didn't
I
take
can't
any
make that because I have too much stuff on me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my weight capacity. I'm gonna eat
Oh!
this. Free up some space.
Just
And if
I
get a super
made
jump,
it.
If we get a super jump, I might be able to do it.
Maybe with my
Okay,
hand.
Okay, get on top of me.
Yeah.
Right here.
The rope.
Here we go.
Ready? 3.
We don't have
2,
rope.
1. Yeah.
That's barely a jump. Justin,
I got my
really
hand
need
out.
this right
I
now.
got my hand out.
I'll die if
I
you
got
don't
my hand out.
save me.
My hand out. My hand.
I'm gonna die.
My hand. Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha.
I'm
Holy
coming,
shit.
boys.
Holy shit. This is basically Breath of the Wild climb, the game.
Ah.
Gotcha.
That hand grab though
Alright.
comes in clutch. Do we skip so much because
Pretty
of that?
strong.
Okay.
Now she
The
opens up.
crevice was the move. We could go up this way. But
Just
there's
up the
jellyfish,
quack, up the booty crack.
and there is a poison spot, so don't go up there.
Just don't touch a mountain jellyfish.
I don't know why there's jellyfish all the way up this high on the mountain, but
Lots of jellies.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, we probably need to eat this coconut. Huh? How you guys doing on food?
I need a coconut for sure.
Was there one? No.
I'm pretty good.
Oh shit.
Also, like, eat one.
I don't see one actually. I thought there was one on there. Keep an eye out for.
Oh yeah, I don't
Break
see
that
it.
one. Break that one.
You
We've
want to
got-
break this already?
We've got
Break
rations.
it. Break it.
All right, here we go.
Throw it at that
The
wall.
rations are probably too much.
Nice toss.
Half of it went through the wall. That's perfect.
You
That's
gotta
great.
keep
This is
your
all for me.
keep
Early
your strength
access.
up, boys.
Great.
Keep your stamina up, huh? Got a long way to fucking go.
I think this way.
Don't touch
honestly.
those. Whatever you
I think
do.
that way.
Yeah.
Pops is
Yeah.
right to the left.
Yeah.
Good eye, Pop. Very good indeed.
Yep. This is a cute game. This is actually oddly addictive too. Hi.
Always got my hand out for you boys. I always am being a team player. I'm never not a team player in this game.
In this game.
In this game. That's what I said. In this game. In
I
this
just wanted to
game.
clarify.
I just wanted to bold and underline that.
In this game.
In this game. Ooh, mushrooms, boys. Who wants mushrooms? Or what the fuck? Oh, chode
these look
shrooms.
safe.
Chody shrooms.
Looks like penis envy. This could be a good trip.
Can I try it?
I don't. It will end the round
what would people
probably.
say?
Chad, are we supposed to eat
Lift it
random
up. Let me
stuff?
see the bottom. I want to see the gills.
We're supposed to eat random shit growing out of. Oh no.
Should I drop it one time? Whoa, no! I see something way better.
What?
I think I see carrots over there.
What?
Carrot?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
show me the
yeah.
carrot.
Those
Share
are
me the
way
carrot.
edible.
Guys, grab the carrots.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have carrot cake soon.
Yes.
Oh,
This will give me
Heck
big.
yeah.
I think we still need to
Medicinal.
go to the left.
That double
This will cure-
fucking DNA dong carrot.
Yo, I'm not a doctor or anything, but this cures poison.
And that cures all. So you guys can eat shrooms if you want, as long as you follow it
Guys,
up
if
with
we
a
go
carrot.
left, I feel like it's a
I
better
cannot
trip.
climb that.
Yep, let's go that way.
Carrot.
Let's get to work, fellas. Let's climb.
Alright, chat. I will catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. And I'll see you next time. Peace.